My mistake.
And don't worry, everyone at home as well. We did an ID check. It is Fire. He's got a shirt on. He looks a little bit different, but we do know it's him.
Okay. Yeah, and now they are banning here. So what do we miss so far? Arabia is always map number 1. We have MbL going with Graveyards, and Fire was going Coast to Mountain. Obviously one of the guys who played the most qualifier maps, so he should be most experienced in that regard.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of the maps we saw last game as well, so everyone should know kind of how it's going to play out. But at the same time, I'm hoping for something different every game.
Yeah, let's see. Microphone was a bit off. Maybe we should have checked that a bit more. And Fire is just rubbing his tissue there into the microphone as well. Well, we will have that fixed a bit better in the future. We have MbL now going for ban number 1, TaToH. We will see that a lot of him. He's not a big fan of that map.
Yeah, a lot of the water ones in general getting denied at the moment, which is really interesting to see. And what have we got there? Rehydration.
And I think that was Prairie. We just heard from Fire as a ban. And MbL, I think he should be number 1. Maybe let's increase him a bit more. No, he's actually pretty fine with that. Then he just needed to adjust his microphone.
I'm using. I'm using.
What is Jordan doing there? Okay, so that was Prairie as the last ban. Yeah. And now we have map number 4 and number 5 decided.
There we go.
I have no idea what's going on. Oh man, all the files I sent them.
We're getting there.
Yeah. And they should...
Pick
okay.
Gold Rush.
Oh.
Ooh.
I personally think this is the most broken map of them all, but people still like it and still playing it. It can be so unfair in gold positioning and wood positioning.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it gave us entertaining games for sure. Players aren't loud enough. Well,
okay, so
MbL just threw his
MbL's
microphone
done
away.
with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, there we go. Fortress Regicide.
And yeah, oh god, well, they are not really well prepared. Okay, Felix now helping them out. They didn't start the draft yet. Fire's wearing a shirt, as he will every single day. And exclamation mark brackets will help you out if you want to know who won the series prior to this. Who's coming over here? Okay, well, they should send me the draft. They should just go in the game room so that I can give them messages as well, because MbL is not wearing a microphone, for example.
Okay.
Well,
Set the radio up already?
no, they should set it up.
Yeah, they do need.
They are drafting at the moment?
No.
Not drafting. Okay. And give him a microphone.
Day 1, guys. Only day 1.
We'll see. Who's the co-caster? MbL. And yeah, we should have a command casters in the future, but actually during the game it will be shown. Nili, did you expect 4K viewers so soon in the tournament? Not yet. Well, I still want a microphone for MbL. And yeah, if I get the code, I can go. They should join the room. Oh god, it smells good.
I know. I'm so jealous right now.
Why are we... Look at that. If I click the room, it shows resume lobby.
Ooh.
It's kind of weird. Maybe I should just
Go
the
again.
game.
May as well.
Yeah, but the still drafting is not with sound. I'm confused.
Yeah, now they're in.
I'm not gonna have my mic on. Und dann bist du auf dem Code an.
Okay, so that's the code for us. And MbL's... What are they? MbL just refuses to take the microphone?
Just a little bit shy.
Okay, well, I see some prize pool deduction coming there. And yeah, well, we are ready. I will have a talk with MbL later.
Well, have they they don't want to have the mic.
Hmm?
MbL at least.
Yeah. Well, I will. They should be able to start, I think.
Wait, are you streaming? Can you?
And whose microphone is on still? That's Fire, right? Has to be Fire.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I'm hosting a new
Okay.
draft. I'm gonna link the new one.
Okay, let's take a look. So draft is ready. And yeah, it's just Fire having his hand at the microphone over and over again.
New link.
New link? Why?
MbL did it.
Oh, and
Don't worry, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Fire, please no hand
Can you tell me when he's ready?
at mic.
Yeah, he's ready.
And yeah, should we tilt MbL already? Not really, right? And oh, he's putting it on now.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome to the conversation.
Well, it's still far away, and we have him muted actually, right? Or didn't we?
Someone removed the.
Might have been. Maybe they switched it. Maybe Jordan put his microphone at MbL's place,
Ah,
and TaToH put his one at Fire's
totally
place.
possible.
Yeah. Okay, then let's take a look. Now they should actually
Ready?
start drafting.
Wait.
Wait.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
I know I forgot the maps though.
Graveyard, Coast Mountain, Gold Rush, and Regicide.
If only they had a machine that could actually save data for them, that is available to them. That wouldn't.
I know.
That would be lovely.
Imagine if it had a screen.
Yeah. Oh man.
The future, man. It's not too far away, I'm sure.
Are we ready? I don't even know.
Yeah,
Can we start
ready.
drafting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Press ready, Fire. Yeah.
Let's do this thing. What have we got?
So we're always starting with Arabia, Graveyards, Coastal Mountain again, Gold Rush will be different, and Fortress Regicide. So it's a bit of a campy map pool, I feel. So we need to see slower civilizations. Mayans looks extremely strong on all of those maps. Chinese looks reasonable.
Chinese have
Slavs
been
for
just
MbL.
amazing.
What is Slavs for? Graveyards, Arabia?
What have we got in return from Fire? Mayans, as you were saying, probably one of the
Mhm.
strongest picks we can have.
Aztecs is still pretty good on Graveyards. Arabia. Huh, weird.
There we go. Look at that concentration.
Aztecs behind that. Kind of what
Yep.
we expected. Okay, we don't really need water tips, so something like Italians completely out of it.
Chinese.
Regicide Fortress worked well with them. Coastal Mountain. Maybe Mongols could be a good civilization now. It's really intense.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Malians. Good for Coastal Mountain. The big difference is why we have them in the other room now, because last time always when we did drafts, the casters weren't allowed to say anything. So it was always the draft, and I was like, okay, you pick Aztecs now. And we kind of wanted to have the casters talking about, just think about it if it's like drafting later on, if we get like Jordan's insight, had DauT talking about it earlier. And I think that's something we lost in NAC1, and I wanted to include that.
There we go. Celts and Spanish.
Oh, Spanish, good for Regicide Fortress. Works for Coastal Mountain. Celts, kind of a boomy-tif, good for Graveyards. Tricky one. Japanese. That's kind of Coastal Mountain map, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Tricky. They're very silent. I think we're expecting a bit more trash talking later on in the other series.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's just staying nice at the moment, which is good.
Yeah, it's day one.
Exactly.
They don't want to get mad at each other.
That's it. They have to live with these guys for the rest of the week at this point still.
And Berbers, I can really understand that. Good for
Yep.
Regicide Fortress, reasonable for Coastal Mountain. I like them on Arabia, Graveyards. Huns. Very land-based civilization, except like Japanese. I'm still surprised by Japanese. Why do you think we will see those?
Japanese. I kind of want to see it on something like Graveyards where you can get an early push in. Like, I know it's probably one of the easier maps we've got in there, kind of. Well, not even. I was just thinking about walling options, and across that, this is probably way more easy to get some walls out than we saw in the last series compared to a couple of maps. So any kind of situation where you can get that, any kind of push in quickly to try and hold them open, or hold them back.
Vikings even. Sick. MbL goes for surprising picks for me. And Britain's man. I thought about Britain's. Good on Gold Rush.
Yep.
Reasonable on Graveyard. I just had Fortress. Well, let's see about those. Now, last pick for Fire. Incas is still an option, right?
Is indeed.
He's taking his time. Has 30 seconds. And he just clicked for the Mies.
There we go. I'm surprised we didn't see a Franks, just because I kind of expect to see them in just about every matchup now. But Burmese, not bad.
Maps aren't that good. Look at that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just so used to seeing them just win after win, and I just feel like
Yeah.
people just start grabbing them, like we saw in last series as well. But no Franks,
Yeah.
which I like though. I like the fact we're seeing some variety here.
Best of 5. Both players have 7 civilizations left, so we will ban 2 each. Now they're trying to think about the maps and the civ bans now.
You banned first civ then? Are we? I don't know if you're on.
Sorry.
You will ban the first civilization.
I think it's you. Like obviously.
No, it's BAAB.
Yeah, it's
B?
let's write down again. Fire,
Fire.
MbL,
I
MbL,
need to
fire.
write it down, right?
There we go.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, Chinese. Let's take a look if I got the X right. Bam.
Oh, that's how it's done.
Chinese. Mayans and Aztecs.
Okay.
I think that was
Talking is fine. That's why we have the microphones, and that should be Mayans and Aztecs.
there we go.
Okay, the two of us louder. Okay, we might increase that in general a bit later on. I think once the casting starts, we will shout so much.
That's it.
fine.
We're relaxed right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it like 2 minutes, and all of that'll
That's
be
one boss deal. And it's now the last ban for Mr. Fire. MbL just sitting there.
concentrating. Look at that concentration.
Don't you?
I've been-
Isn't it easy to just go for slabs?
Slaps.
Slabs.
I think we would have both been surprised if he didn't.
Yeah. And banning just pick 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? Makes a lot of sense.
That's it.
And I will give MbL host, I believe. And you can unmute number 1 and 6.
Muting 1 and 6.
Yes. And that's totally fine. Now we shouldn't hear them. And I will spectate myself, and then we'll start any minute now. What do you think about the overall civs, overall maps?
Look, like we were saying, the maps are a lot more easier to wall than some of the ones we saw previous. So seeing a lot of those civs where they kind of have that open, I guess, kind of play style where they can get in. We didn't see that quite so much in the draft, which is, again, kind of the reason we didn't see Franks, I guess, there in the long run. But look, I don't think anyone would have a definitive advantage just looking at the civs, which is nice. As I wouldn't say anyone's going to run into issues just because of that.
Okay, let me. I'm surprised that we cannot add a command there, but like in game we will have everything over there. Let me quickly take a look at the players face up there. We can have the look at the bracket, which is not updated yet. Who needs to do that? Apparently me. That's interesting. So what do I need to do there? Challenge NAC2 group. Let's see how if that loads up properly now. And we have. I cannot do. Oh, now I'm logged in as Felix. Log out here. We still have time, right? You can take a look at their
We
faces.
still have time.
Look at Fire, how dedicated he is. He still has his microphone on. So we actually can keep his microphone on if we want to. I think it should be the 6.
See if we
he's still
catch anything
talking.
between.
Doesn't. Yeah, it could be him. And I will try to log in here. And they might be just jumping into it any second. Oh yeah, we can
This
hear
is it.
the hotkeys taking. And
Clicky, clicky, click.
clicky, clicky, click. Take it away, Mr. MbBQTurkman.
All right, let's have a look at what we have here. In the blue, playing as the Berbers, we do have MbL. His opponent, of course, going to be Fire in the red as the Huns.
And I think we won't be too silent.
Not at all, guys. We are in game.
Okay, move as close as you want to.
Let's get nice and cuddly.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Okay, so left-hand side is MbL, right-hand side Mr. Fire, and we're looking into Arabia. Berbers against Huns. Kind of a good matchup here for MbL, we have to say.
Yeah, it's going to be nice overall. Looking in, doesn't look like anyone's run off with any trouble in terms of the map. There's some big open areas there, but nothing that anyone can't deal with, which is probably going to be the big part of this. Both players looks like they have decent woods. No one's going to really get stuffed around on that one from the get-go. A nice back gold, though, for Fire, and a nice back gold for MbL as well.
I think I want to mute the players after all. It's a bit like I hear a lot of keys during that. And yeah, you just said it. Nice back wood and back gold here for sure.
This is good. This is really good. We should be in for a really even matchup here. How are we looking for Stone? Looks like we've got Firestone just towards the front of his base there. Yep, little hill towards the front as well. And even then, MbL towards the front as well. This is a really even matchup. I'm really liking this in terms of the map generation.
Yeah, that's true. Quite open scenario here that we can potentially see. Woodland's not too great. I'm a bit surprised. Did they pick the original NAC Arabia map? Okay, I didn't even know that we had pawns here. But I think, yeah, we maybe just picked the original one, most light map overall. Yeah, we have seen it quite often, but players still voted for it. And someone said, are those sheep bugged? No, you can get them out. It's just tricky to find them.
That's it. I had the same thought before as well, but yes, there is definitely the opening there, so not going to have too much trouble with that. Fire moving in the firstborn now as well, has scouted that big hill in the front of his base, and it looks like MbL has vouched for the wood line there in the back. I guess being closest to the town centre, probably a good call from him.
Well, makes a lot of sense, and let's take a look. Oh, he saw those two sheep, so no problem there. Deer, somewhat reasonable at the berries, and that will be the first boar kill for Mr. Fire in NAC number 2, and the first one for MbL, directly followed after that. 3 on wood by both players. We can kind of expect scouts from both.
Absolutely, seeing some kind of standard play at this stage. I don't think anyone would disagree with that, especially as these civs have kind of got in play here at the moment, but there we go, picking up some more sheep there for Fire. How's he going? Is he missing any there, or has he done a good job? Looks like second boar about to be on the way in as well.
Yeah. Found all 4 sheep on the other side. Those are still missing. Let's take a look at MbL's point of view.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Those won't be found. Ugh. Unfortunately. Unfortunate for him.
Absolute bugger, but nice berries in the back there for MbL as well. Just getting his mill up, and second boar is in. And I don't think we've seen any lost villages for both players, so very good start to NAC2.
I don't expect anyone to lose a villager against the boar here.
I don't either, but it's worth pointing out. Both players have got through their first game now.
I'm not sure. I think we should just do like $50 prize money reduction if you lose a villager. Honestly.
At this level, you would assume it's not going to happen, but I have seen some ridiculous games, like absolutely ridiculous players that should not lose them. It happens every now and then.
Okay. Well, yeah, sometimes, but we should play with very limited lag. And
that's probably one of the things I'm most excited for in this as well. Some of the dancing, the micromanagement we should have from units, from players in the other room. It should be unbelievable, guys, and hopefully we get to that stage where we really can see it come into its advantageous position. And we can really kind of appreciate what you can do in a good land setup.
And we have a guy over there on the couch. And he can quick wall, and he showed that in NAC1 with 0 lag there. We could see some brutal gate traps.
That's it, and man, all that little extra excitement, everything we get from this, guys, it's absolutely beautiful. Happy to have so many people here straight away, and I guess the other thing as well, if you're clicking around, if you're enjoying what we're doing here, guys, hit that subscribe button. Come on, jump in. Get a little bit of a plug in there. Come on, guys.
Man. Well, I think subs are going really well, but I appreciate that people are trying to do the sellout for me as well. Let's take a look. MbL, he scouted very limited. He still tried to find a sheep, pushed 1 deer, and that's kind of a critical thing that he's doing, right? He's always pushing those deer and rarely scouting his opponent early.
Here we go. I'm kind of I nearly expected Fire to find those lost sheep there, actually. Didn't get it, but yes, MbL pushing those deer in. Could give him a good... Oh. He's seen it.
Oh,
all right.
That's ugly for
the
MbL.
Gentleman's question.
No. It's a $14,000 tournament. 4,000 people watching. You're not sending those sheep back.
It would be really interesting to see.
Oh, no. That's not going to happen. He's not even moving them.
Yeah, so that's my gentleman's question. Yes, he didn't steal them for himself, he didn't move them, but he didn't give them to his opponent, so I think it's a gentlemanly play just to leave them.
I don't like that. He should steal them. I think
really?
Yeah. Take every advantage, man. People will talk about this tournament for weeks, months after this. And
True.
if you maybe think about, okay, well, I wanted to play like a gentleman, not stealing those 2 sheep that the guy didn't find close to his TC.
I guess that, imagine if you lose the group stage by 1 game, and that could have made the difference.
Yeah. And then you realize, man, I was 200 food short in feudal age there.
That's what did it. 200 food.
Uh,
What have we got? Barracks coming up from MbL now as well. Did we have one from Fire? Yes.
Overlay didn't really show his up there, guys, so don't get confused. Is walling all that in the back. Stable is coming up here, no problemo. Instantly scouted by Fire, who's running away. Not a single HP lost this game from military units. Double bit X and double lumber camp there in the back. Stable as well. Looks pretty damn solid.
That's it. Both players at this stage, they know their builds, they know what's going on. There's no reason not to expect basically such key openings here to be just executed with such precision. We're looking like seconds away from each other, and that's absolutely perfect. Means we should be in for an absolutely phenomenal series.
Yeah, only big not big difference, but MbL, he went for a lot of stragglers. Didn't really like to build a second lumber camp here. That one isn't too pretty either. So for now, oh, okay.
There we go.
I will take it back.
Second lumber camp up towards the north.
I was missing villagers as well. The story didn't check out. Luckily, we could finish it. Solved the puzzle.
There we go, and a relatively big wall off for both players as well. Fantastic. It should give them a lot of berth for resources and building up late game as well. So not having to kind of venture out too far into any kind of dangerous territory there.
Well, yeah, just running around for now, zoning out the map a bit, not taking any damage, quite important. And, well, just going scout, spearman, fields present, and I'm getting debated for the 4th time by those sheep. You see me? Like, looking at the minimap and then just like, oh, 2 red dots.
A rush!
And
A
then,
scout rush!
Oh, it's so weird. Oh, man. And, yeah. I'm actually pretty happy, by the way, since nothing is happening at the moment, how well the microphones are working, because we are shouting quite a bit, and, well, it seems like people aren't complaining, so that's pretty nice for them, and something we didn't really have at NAC1 as well.
We're not exactly mean about this one, so this is good, guys. If you don't like it, let us know, but it sounds like everything's great. And you got...
Look at me again.
He's literally got the mouse pointer over the sheep there, guys. That's where we're at. We're so ready for something to happen.
Okay. And, well, maybe the first scouts could finally go into some engagement here. Fire, is he trying to take this one from the hill? He wanted to, but MbL disengaging. Spearman against Spearman. And 10 against 16 HP. Who's the better player? Looks like Fire. And did he even... Oh, thought he'd get a hit off.
Poke.
Yeah.
But that's it. Both players just poking, prodding,
look
trying to
at
find
DauT.
anything they can do.
Insulting us, plebcasters.
Oh, DauT. Come on, man.
Shit. That really hurts.
That's right in the heart. Right in the heart.
Okay, now switches on to gold. That looks like scout production stopped. Both are kind of fine here. And Fire, what is he going for? Is it CA? Is it Knights?
Oh, could be. Looking at this at the moment, I'm not sure what we're kind of expecting here from anyone. Obviously, world is your oyster at this stage, but there's the archery range already on its way for MbL, going for gold in the back there as well, so great timing from him.
Maybe you could make an argument that gold is a bit late. Has safe stone as well. And what is the archer range for? I'm a bit surprised. Is he trying to go for crossman? He sees that Fire is pretty much walled up as well. He has kind of a safe stone. I think he just could have gone for instant... No, it will be archers from MbL. That's surprising to me.
There we go.
Why is he going for archers?
Interesting. Well, I guess the thing is, obviously, if he wants to try and push the walls, but apart from that...
Will it maybe be...
Skirmishes.
I thought about janitors against CA in Castle Age, but...
That's not a bad option, actually, able to keep up with them.
Oh,
and
MbL
there we
jumping.
go. Runs the scouts through into the wood line. Doesn't take any losses from the town center. Spear, of course, moving into position, but... Oh, just being a little bit annoying at this stage.
Okay, let's take a look. 2 scouts out there. They're actually pretty helpful. Otherwise, villagers could be picked off. You see Fire moving those away. Nice move. And let's take a look. Can MbL get 1 kill? Spearmen are around. Moves it towards the Spearman. And I think the scouts are committing. Yeah.
There we go.
Well traded off the last 3 scouts, which obviously can't really help out a lot in fighting, but maybe could have scouted a bit more against 1 villager.
That's it. End of the day, those scouts really weren't going to accomplish too much from here, so giving them up in terms for the villager, really good play.
Just from Fire as well. I thought with those walls up, I kind of felt we would just have a very quick transition into castle here. Third archer range. I think, why is he going for archers? That looks like a typical CA build.
That's... Yeah, this is really interesting, actually. Fire already on his way up to castle. This is... I've been a little bit confused this entire time watching the build, seeing exactly what players are going to go for, and look, I can't say that I'm not excited about this, which is probably the big thing. So double archery range already for MbL. He's on his way up as well there. Looks like a little bit about 30 seconds behind. So again, both players at the moment playing this one basically to the nail. 35 villages for both players as well.
Yeah, and your typical MbL composition. Skirmisher, knights, only some defensive towers are missing.
That's it. And if he's lucky, he won't even need them if he can play aggressive enough. But... as you say, let's see exactly how they decide to push this one out.
Okay, we have MbL already with wheelbarrow. Fire is lacking that, and that's his early uptiming. So Fire had to have some idle TC here. Eco is a bit better for MbL for sure. Scouts being a bit annoying, but not really. Fletching is now coming in, gold upgrade as well. And that will be some interesting army compositions. I think MbL should be a bit better with his setup.
Well, that's it. He's already got the counters out in play, and we've got Fire moving out across the map, obviously looking to abuse that early attack he will have from the earlier castle timing. Hopefully he can get there, try and do a little bit of poking and prodding with those scouts down towards the south of MbL's base as well, seeing exactly what's kind of on hand, but all he's going to really get from MbL is just a little bit of house walling. Can't get that bait.
Yeah, what do you think about with this stone and the walls he had? Saw he didn't run into a lot of archers. Just go for camel archers directly.
Look, definitely the option there, and obviously as Berbers, it's kind of the thing you want to run into towards the end. If you can get that castle up nice and early, I guess the only thing we're really worried about, if Fire does put all that pressure on towards the frontier, then MbL basically will lose access to it straight away. But here come the skirmishers from behind.
Some botgun arrow, queued up some villagers. Could go for elite skirmisher, didn't click it yet, and well, those two scouts are actually doing quite a bit against those skirms. Yeah, some crossmen will be eaten alive, but still. That's most of the skirms going down as well. Or are they?
Here come the knights, so this will be what cleans it up. Easy peasy. One spear in there at the moment from Fire, so he was kind of predicting this one, but yep, running back home. Those knights are just such strong units for early Castle Age.
Okay, and well, he survived with more than I thought. Nice move here. The timing of the knights, something I completely underestimated. Not a lot of knights, upgrades on those knights though.
That's it. From the get-go, still very, very naked. Crossbow's going to be able to eat them alive. So that's what we're going to have to be careful about here.
Okay, TC now, number 1. Let's take a look. Bowsaw goes for some upgrade. That's a really nice spot for TC as well if he wants to go for it. A lot more crossbowmen than I would have thought from a Hunt player.
Look, at the end of the day, I guess he was kind of committed into it there. Oh, not even. He wasn't even committed in. What am I saying? I agree. That's a lot of crossbows considering he went for the CA switch straight away.
Yeah.
So what is the theory behind that, I guess?
Spearman, well, I think it was just he feared that maybe MbL was going for some more army and he wanted to have some archers in late feudal age, early castle age to just have a more natural transition. Otherwise, if you go to the CA directly, you're kind of naked early castle age.
That's it. So he's missing a whole bunch of production time from those archery ranges, which makes perfect sense.
+1 defense for Fire, +2 defense already for MbL, and then those crossbowmen aren't doing a lot of damage anymore. You can see 6 soon deducted from only 7 damage output.
Yeah. That's it, and going for those skirmishes straight away, straight up into elite skirmishes, so he's already got the counters out for this one. The real big thing he has to be careful of course, is the Hun Cavalry Archer's speed. Makes it a little bit harder to counter with the skirmishes just because you can get caught out of position. But, end of the day, if you're basically pacing the game the way MbL is here, if you can sit in the front, it'll be a good spot to be in.
Yeah, well, he is clearly deciding the game, or dominating the game at the moment. Nice production here, Mass, Camel, Skirmisher, even better than the Knight Skirmisher than what I thought of. And some villagers going down, that quick wall won't be in time.
This is good. MbL is just taking every opportunity you can find here at the moment, grasping at every single villager, and towards the end of the game, this is what makes the differences. MbL, look at that, he's even got the Camel counters out in play, a couple of Knights here as well. This is looking really good for MbL, really good.
Yeah, like that as well. Still, not a single upgrade. Now heavy plow even coming in, so focusing quite heavily on his eco, plays it with 1 TC, make that 2.
That's looking, if he's managing to hold like this as well, he's got such good production here, the counters are already in play. If he can get on top in terms of economy, this is not looking good for Fire.
Okay, maybe we need to think something about, well, he had a long travel, maybe that's something we need to mention as well, like Nicov and, well, we don't need to talk about you, right? You probably had the
We can
longest
talk
travel.
about that later.
But they traveled up to 20 hours and, well, still maybe some jet lag, but I think, like, Fire was up quite a bit and he looked relaxed today. I think he will play his close to best.
Well, that's it. I'm not expecting it too bad. No one's out having a nap on the couch or anything, so everyone, I think, is pretty much in a good mindset for it, so we shouldn't see any throws because of that. But MbL already found a way in. Of course, Fire does have the Mangonel out in defense as well, so he's ready to counter this one, and one good hit here. But it looks like MbL sees exactly what's going on and is not going to get caught out by a trick like that.
Yeah, well, that would be really fatal for him if he just loses all his skirmishes here. What is Fire doing with his CA? That one might go down as well.
Yeah.
Indeed. That was sloppy, losing 3 CA for nothing.
Oh, man. These little mistakes here that we're seeing at the moment, this is what costs people games. And like we were saying, MbL is just being so precise with all of his movements, all of his picks, everything he's getting here, and it's pulling him further and further ahead. I think that's even a third town center coming up, but Camel's there towards the center, taking out any roaming cavalry archers. This is... Ooh.
Oh man, KZ, look at that, 37 to 13.
He-
How did that happen?
He thought about this from the get-go. His composition was all about just basically conquering the Huns from the get-go. Straight into skirmishes, he knew exactly what was going to happen here, and he is just absolutely slaying it.
Yeah, and well, Berbers, they work quite nicely, right? The cheaper camels as well. Now even goes for ballistics in the back. Lovely move. Has a lot of
Oh.
gold, so maybe even tries to go towards Castle Age here. Still no transition to gold, though.
This is really good for MbL, and he's just holding that front out at the moment on top of Fire as well, not making things easy for them there. If he wants to push out, MbL's going to have the basically aggressor's advantage in this case. Of course, Fire's going to be able to reinforce a little bit quicker, but MbL's got those counters. He's got that hill advantage. This isn't easy. This is very hard. Fire's just getting pushed into more and more of a hole here.
Yeah, what do you think about a forward siege workshop in this spot for MbL?
Oh, forwards, man, that would be beautiful. If he can use that to kind of dictate the frontier as well, push in against the town center, that'd just be absolutely beautiful, but we'll see exactly how this one does play out. Anything kind of moving across the map there. Looks like we've got Fire trying to find someone to raid with those cavalry archers, but MbL is doing an awesome job here, an absolutely awesome job defending everything.
MbL not finding the sheep. And, well, still no bloodlines, only now +1 finished, bloodlines finished now.
Ooh.
It kind of felt like MbL, he was just building a bit of army, holding him back, and now he might think about the kill, getting the upgrades, queuing up quite a lot of units, taking a bit away from his skirmishes.
Yeah, taking map control kind of from the get-go, especially against Huns, because that's what we know them for. We know them for that quick, any kind of energy they can use to kind of get into your opponent's base, get out, just hit and run. If they hold on to this one and MbL can just kind of keep the aggression right outside Fire's base like we've been seeing, then Fire can't utilize all those bonuses that we really know the Huns are good for.
Yeah, well, it's just like, they aren't that great against camels, right? That's the big Huns thing. You are kind of a cavalry civ. CA won't perform too great, and ooh, picking
That's
that.
tasty. Gets the Mangonel, loses a knight, loses a camel, but gets out of there with the rest of it. This is... MbL's just taking phenomenal trades.
Look at that behind. Wheelbarrow timing only now for Fire at 67 villagers. Zero Empires would not be happy with that. Meanwhile, MbL already have a hand card.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. MbL is just showing so much dominance here, and I don't want to sound biased at all, guys, but at the same time, he has earned this from basically the starting minutes of the game. Everything he has done here has led him into this position, and strategy-wise as well. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, let's take a look what this EA can do, but, well, TC...
Another TC from MbL.
Will be up in time. What TC is that, number 4?
4.
Okay, let's take a look. Great.
Oh, Fire's going to sit there
be
just a
fine.
second longer, and that might be enough to get that town center up.
Maybe snipes one villager.
Gets
Yep.
one, and
Oh, jumping. He's jumping under it.
this is really good, actually. You could get a couple of kills there versus the farmers, but MbL pulling them just in time. The camel's already being sent to the back to deal with this threat.
Yeah, I think they won't find a lot of kills. Like, maybe 1, 2 extra. And then he doesn't really have a retreat, right? The
That's it.
retreat is, like, back to the TC.
Exactly. These units are being thrown away now.
Could be nice
But-
positioning. Oh, that's not a great positioning. Yeah, it's tight,
Oh.
but the camels have the surface area.
That's it. It was looking really good there, but getting him on both sides.
Oh, well, now he's kind of bugging out. They're still in
Yeah.
control.
And I would say, look, positioning-wise now, not so bad.
Uh-oh, big fight in the center meanwhile. And Mass CA here, another Mangonel going down. The hill is still on control for MbL. Those were 2 good fights for him, and Fire has to tap out.
I am not surprised there at all. MbL gave him nothing. to work with. Fire is an absolutely remarkable player, but MbL, this game, he was down to the second.
Oh man, pretty sharp play of the scouts. Then he, well, just walled it up quite nicely. Mass skirmishes to directly counter the CA. I thought about like Fire. How many CAs is he going for? And he went into crossman into CA, and just beautiful mass skirmisher by MbL. Kind of his signature, working out nicely.
MbL, he's just so many times that he's ready for just all these different types of gameplays. And, man, it just really works out. When you know who you're playing against, you've kind of got that little bit of a baseline to go off. It's just beautiful what you can kind of come up with.
And, yeah, that's indeed what he did here.
And look at the eco. Just exactly what we were expecting. He went up to 4 TC so quickly.
No.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And actually only 10 minutes advantage, but handcard obviously helped out as well. And we will take a look at the drafting now. And they're asking me if we are ready. I will give the go. And we will take a look and trying to get rid of what civilizations now?
So we had Berbers were gone, and we had the Huns.
So it is Berbers are gone.
Boom.
And Huns. 1, 2. Bam.
There
That
we
should be
go.
easy now in the future.
That's it. Job done. We're set up for the rest of it.
Okay, and Arabia in the books. Now, next map will be Graveyards and followed by Coast to Mountain. What do you expect for Graveyards?
Graveyards. Look, this is a map that we haven't seen a lot of recently, but anyone who's been around in the scene for like years and years you'll remember this. This is from like 2000. I think this map was kind of really in play. And what is it? 11 relics.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. 1v1, yeah.
This is nice. Something like this would have been beautiful to have Aztecs on, just to be able to snag all that extra gold, but we had the ban already, so really strong play there. But I would like to see a little bit more of an aggressive play on this map, but it is definitely a map that lends itself towards walling up, getting kind of that castle age a little bit quicker, and moving towards any kind of more brutal units once you've kind of boomed up a little bit. Probably the thing you want to be careful about as well is the lack of gold across the map and how much you have to move out to really kind of secure a position, so you can't sacrifice map control.
Indeed, and let's see how they're doing this and what civilizations they're picking. Burmese would be nice to see all the relics. On the other side, maybe Britons, but we will see. Oh, interesting civilizations. We are jumping into this one.
Ooh, this is good. So in the blue, playing as the Vikings, we do have MbL. In the red, as the Ethiopians, we do have Fire.
Fire!
Fire!
Okay. And in the blue, the Sino-Vision guy didn't even want to have the microphone for the drafting. It's MbL.
Let's have a look. All right, does anybody have a distinctive kind of advantage here looking at it? I guess Fire's got kind of some nice golds there in the back, which is probably a big part of this. And then behind there as well, relatively easy wall off if he kind of wants to wall towards that back corner. She's got 2 woods there, yep, just in there that we can look at. And berries towards there, a little bit of hill, of course, gold, more hill towards the back, a couple of barracks ruins as well. And like we saw in last game, you do have to be very careful with them because their size is very deceiving and it's very easy to leave a gap between them. So hopefully players have kind of learnt from that one because I know a couple of people were out there watching the last games. So if everyone's been doing their research, been doing their learning, we shouldn't see that issue again. Hopefully.
Let's see. It's kind of a thing that you never see, right? Here, and try to wall with it. And apparently it's not. Let's take a look. Oh no, we can't really see that. Did we scout any barracks yet that we can use? No, not really. You need to have it scouted so that we can test how big it is. Fire with going for the straggler first. Kind of weird. Some people even deleting the straggler here. And I didn't even know that the trees had more HP, more wood. Look at that.
Really? There
Those
you go.
stragglers have 125.
Compared to, yeah, the norm. That's...
Oh.
There you go. Look at us doing a little bit of learning here.
Okay. Should be 4x4. Absolutely not. And, well, now goes for born number 1 here, Mr. MbL. Vikings. The big eco approach. A good civilization to also go Drush FC. But technically, like, Vikings, if I think about, okay, we have a wallable map, thinking about sick army compositions, Vikings doesn't really come to mind. I think he needs to have a big advantage at early imp.
That's it. And with Vikings, you do have that kind of economy advantage, of course. Free wheelbarrow, free handcart. You can build up into it very, very quickly. But like you were saying, if we get into endgame territory, that's where there's going to be issues. Ethiopians, as we know, is such a strong civilization, pretty much from the get-go as well. It's going to be interesting to see how MbL does decide to hold this back. A Drush kind of option there is a good one because then it will keep him around his base for a little bit longer. So that way we can see MbL kind of wall up, boom up a little bit behind it. But end of the day here, we're hoping to see more and more bizarre strategies because it'd be nice. It'd be really nice to see something ridiculous happen.
Well, I think Graveyards is not really the map for crazy strategies, but Season Hump is still in the map pool. We still have Coast to Mountain, and I think those maps will really deliver. People, well, they need to get creative.
This is good. This is really good, and I like it. The entire map set for this tournament's been phenomenal, but MbL moving in looks like he wants to secure the second board there as well. No laming, which has been nice at this point, but hey, like you were saying, this is a big money tournament. If you can go for it, you go for it.
Yeah, I think you should go for laming. By the way, did you take a look at the overlay? How beautiful the Q is in your name, in that font?
Oh,
It's like
that is a
barbecue.
right under the T as well. I wouldn't have even thought it was a font. I thought you would have customed that for me, and I was really
maybe
feeling
Felix
it in my
did.
heart, you know?
Okay, now needing another house will be somewhat in time here. What is that scout still doing at home? Again, not a lot of scouting by MbL. It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, is he just kind of finding all the nicks and crannies here, making sure he can't kind of miss any walling, or is he just kind of cruising around, or is he waiting for Fire to come in and try and lame one of the boar? But I don't know, Fire's not someone I think of when laming is kind of straight away. What have we got? Walls coming up from Fire already here, and walling around that one piece of gold as well.
Oh, didn't he? He obviously didn't scout that one. Would have been the easy wall. Yeah, goes for that one. But still, even if I scout that, I think I want to wall it here, just to have another extra 3 gold kind of protected. But he kind of has gold control, right?
Yeah, like I was saying, he's got a whole heap towards the back of his base there. The way he's walling, he should end up with his main and 2 of those extra little piles. And he's got, what, 2 relics in the back there kind of secured behind this as well. Couple of barracks there, but no real stress around them. Not worried about the walling around them. I don't think he's kind of utilizing any there. So we shouldn't have too many problems, but Fire, barracks is already up. 3rd militia on the way. MbL, however, already on the way to feudal age.
But isn't that open?
Yeah, that's definitely open. No, he's realized this is okay.
And he needs to wall behind those trees as well. He kind of is using them as a wall, but you can obviously tree hop there, so that's not going to be too beautiful. And, well, we will see the rush into fast castle approach by Mr. Fire. MbL himself, he will play Man-at-Arms. I think this should be an aggression. I think he should be sending some villagers forward.
That'd be really nice to see, but looks like he's going to play this one a little bit safer, which, like we were saying with Vikings, really he wants to kind of put a nail in the coffin nice and early, especially on a map like Graveyards. But at the end of the day here, it's going to come down to how well he can do with that Viking economy. And if he can just throw more units at Fire than Fire can deal with, that'll be absolutely great. But lacking in terms of what they can actually create in the endgame there, composition-wise, can't end up with the strongest kind of build in the game.
Yeah, but like throwing more units at him than he can handle, like at the moment he's not really throwing them. And if you're walled, that's kind of a good way of handling with not really super aggression. So I think MbL, and he did scout that, right? He did. Oh no, he did. What? And that's the big problem. He will run into walls. He will get like not really minimum damage, but he will get annoyed at home, and his aggression will just.
That's it. It's going to fall short. There's nothing these militia can do. They can sit around, attack some palisades, but end of the day, what's that really achieving here? And ooh, that's a good push.
Okay, let's take a look. It should be some walls behind here. And MbL, he won't be happy if he sees that.
Especially with Man-at-Arms on the way as well. Ugh, not good to see. A lot of investment there, especially early on in the game.
Archer range behind this. 2 villagers on gold. What did Fire see? Does he have a good idea about the woodline? Yeah, I thought about that would be walled, and it's just going the other side. Let's take a look what MbL can do here. Won't get a lot of damage done. Fire? That's a pretty high population. Look at that. Pop 33 and only now goes up. Only kind of aiming for pop 31. What pop 34? This will be super late, especially with Ethiopians. You can go faster. Look at that. That's way too much on gold. You need a villager on gold. You get an extra 100.
Ooh,
Or 2. Let's go for 2.
I don't even want to say greedy, so you reckon just in terms of a little bit of a miss in terms of the food count?
I think so.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Ooh.
But, ooh, that's even better. Good catch. Fire manages to snag a villager there just with the militia and scout. And looks like he's going to clean up a couple of archers on the way as well. These are just free kills at the moment for Fire. This is awesome for him. Oh, no!
He did let him in. That should have never happened. Way too many villagers on gold here. This might be a transition into Feudal Age after that. And that's only 14:28 timing. This isn't looking great for Fireman. This is such an easy wall for him. He saw it coming for so long. How did that happen?
Oh, this is not exactly nice. Not exactly. MbL at the moment, we were saying it was looking like Man-at-Arms was a little bit of a waste there in terms of research at this stage. Not really. We do even have the tower coming up towards the front as well. And you were saying earlier, it would be nice to see MbL kind of get aggressive here, push in on those walls. He knows what to do, and he's going for it now.
Tower,
Looks like Fire has
tree hop, and he's moving in. Nice move here, and
Oh,
those villagers.
beautiful.
Beautiful move by Fire.
Yes, this is what we were talking about earlier for those who were wondering why we were talking about walling the backs of those trees, I guess, in the wall off. Was to stop things like that happening, and this is a good engagement here for Fire as well. Those militia really kind of paying their dues.
Oh man, he added some militia after that. He's going for 5 targets militia. Meanwhile, the 3 Man-at-Arms here still doing some sort of an annoying job.
They've achieved nothing. That's probably the hardest thing here, and it's not good.
Okay, so let's take a look. MbL seed number 3 and Fire seed number 7 here. So MbL, the heavy favorite for sure. Let's take a look. Now needs to be force back, Man-at-Arm upgrade, and double blacks. This will be longer Feudal Age than we thought of Fire.
He's committing. He wants to go for the damage here where he can. Man-at-Arms, of course, 5 militia still left over at this stage. Going to be a good advantage for him if he can kind of find someone. I don't think MbL's really kind of built up too much behind this. He's got a little bit of kind of wall off going with the houses and the military buildings, but he's still open enough that we might be able to see these Man-at-Arms get into some worth.
Let's see. Once like 2-3 archers are out, it's really tricky to do too much. I think when Fletching is coming out,
yeah,
he shouldn't really be able to do too much. And this one, look at that, 140 HP, but okay, the house behind it.
Alright, playing carefully now. This is much better than what we saw there before. Fire not going to let that one trick him again. Militia, or Men-at-Arms, I should say, at this stage, just getting out of there. Not really too much they can kind of do. As Nili was saying, as soon as kind of Fletching comes in and a couple of archers, they just get pushed away so easily.
Yeah, adds in a skirmisher here for the clear up against the Men-at-Arms. Archer a bit more efficient, but skirmisher obviously better if we are fighting at the front here. Gold villagers a bit exposed, but actually too close to the TC. Archers are around. I think both players won't really take a lot of damage from here.
Yeah, at this stage, both players playing, I don't want to say defensively, everyone's kind of getting in wherever they can, finding all those nooks and crannies, poking, prodding, doing whatever damage they can, but everyone at the moment, just, they've set their bases up so well, their military, the way they're building, it's all just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and that's kind of how the map is designed, right? It is wallable, we have big wood lines, and you see how well players are playing with the zoning out. Maybe I would have loved to see MbL building his buildings a bit more in front of the goal to have it less exposed though.
That would be nice to see. Give him a little bit more room, especially in the later game, to boom up with and just kind of control. But at the moment, guys, we're 36 to 36 villages, bang on even.
Okay, let's take a look. Archer defense, how are resource looking? Fire sitting at 300, 600, maybe market could be good here. MbL, similar food, a bit less gold, builds a defensive tower.
I like that before anything even happens as well. So he's not going to get caught up and then have to basically just kind of rush up the tower, be nice and frantic with it. But getting that one up nice and early, it's going to hold that position. So he shouldn't have to worry about that gold too much now.
Walling the side here as well, and just want to be, well, not housed anymore. Defensive tower, as you said, nice and early. Skirmishers are out, but shouldn't really do too much. I honestly feel both players are very solid there in their defense, and yeah, this will go into Castle Age. What will we see when it comes to army compositions?
Look, end of the day, I think kind of what we want to get into for MbL playing Vikings, it's all about crossbow. We kind of know that's how it rolls. But against the skirmishers from Fire, that's where you can run into a little bit of trouble. Knights, not something exactly you want to see, but the second archery range already on the way. Of course, Knights for Vikings, like, can clean up some skirmishes, but end of the day, not what we should be expecting.
No. Well, Knights, both civilizations without bloodlines, so
That's it.
makes it kind of tricky. We see a second archery range. Most likely will just be ranged units plus mangonels. That's what I kind of see, and then the transition into Castle Age when to Imp, when normally Vikings should have the slight advantage because they have all the eco upgrades.
Yeah, that'd be nice, because I guess as soon as he kind of manages to pull that boom off, he puts himself in a really good position overall.
Yeah.
Whereas Fire looks like he's finally going to move back across, get some more aggression going, use those Men-at-Arms, and man, they have survived the entire match until now. Keeping Men-at-Arms alive like this, not exactly easy, but he's been finding his moments, he's been doing the damage he can, and not just throwing them away, which is really good to see.
Yeah. And T90 just doing the T90 command in my chat. Am I there or not? Oh man. Okay, let's take a look here. We have a lot of skirmishers now surrounding this. Pretty solid move by MbL, keeping them hidden. Tower is working a bit as well. And it seems like most of the men-at-arms are going down, but those are not the important units. And you can see MbL, he's trying to kill the skirms here.
Well, that's it. The man-at-arms aren't a threat anymore. If he kind of goes after those ones, then we know exactly how this is going to work. Whereas the man-at-arms, he can just pick them up on the way off. He's not too worried about them getting in and doing any damage.
What is this command? Well, a lot of people are asking, why is T90 not here? I kind of need to explain. Okay, let's take a look. Not a lot of gold here for MbL. Cannot get all the upgrades he wants to. Look at that. Even starts with Bosa, goes for Botkin Arrow, helping both of his range unit. And then Elite Skirmisher will probably get in Crossbowman as well. Fire? What is that? Siege Workshop? Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I like it. Nice and early. This is what we want, guys. Of course, Fire, Crossbowman, Bodkin Arrow behind this as well. So going to move in, try and do some damage, but end of the day here, both players have come down into Castle Age pretty much the same time, and again, 41 villages for each. This is just absolutely neck and neck.
Okay, well, I did the stupid stuff of reading too much chat while casting. Oh, man.
That happens. The chat's been a lot of fun today, guys, so thanks for hanging out.
Well, some people are really getting my head. So, yeah, just a rookie mistake. Let's focus on the game a bit more, because Fire is trying to get an engagement here. MbL, like he had in the Eco, actually, like he should be had with Handcut as well. And, well, let's take a look what he can do with his mangonels.
Those man-at-arms finally getting cleaned up from Fire, so they're not going to be wandering around kind of too much more. Not really too much they could have achieved at this stage, but MbL is still kind of going for it, trying to figure out where they can. Fire moving around the side there with his group of skirmishers and crossbows, does have the ups on them as well, so we'll have a little bit of extra range.
T90 debated me as well. Okay, I won't look at chat T90. Okay, guys, let's take a look. What's the next move? Can we see some gold villagers being killed here, MbL? He has no idea about this. He is aggressive at the front, but only with his men-at-arms, which will really fall off. I think it all comes down who transitions faster into his 3 TCs, which will be tricky for MbL, because he needs to collect stone first.
Yes, that tower, like we said, it was put up in a good way to defend, but nothing really came in and pushed against it. But, oh, is he going to lose a mangonel here for free?
He really showed TC's helping out from the back, and the last one HP.
That was down to the frame there, guys, the absolute frame. But 2 mangonels, losing that this early on, they are a commitment to have, because you have to, of course, go for the Siege Workshop, not exactly a cheap unit. MbL is moving out across the map himself there, but it looks like there might be some action over on the gold.
Oh yeah, not a single villager dying. Nice reaction there from MbL. Some villagers hopped into the tower, the others went into the TC. Skirmisher production now back on it, and again, +2 defense. Those archers won't do a lot of damage.
Ooh, what other golds have we got kind of around for MbL though? So he's got this one, he's put the town center up as well, so he's not going to be too worried now. Earlier in the game when this was his only option, he couldn't kind of move out much further from his base, he would have been having a lot more trouble. But at least now he's got this option, but still, whoa, that was close.
Save that one. TC number 3 now on the way for MbL. Let's take a look at TCs over here from Fire. He has only 1 working for himself, but now adding number 2 and 3, moving away more in that top direction. I like it.
Boom straight, got a town center on top of the stone there as well, so stone wood, not too bad for that one. Good placement, and I guess kind of expanding out across the map as well, not wanting to limit himself, which is really good to see as well. MbL, of course, with his second town center, did go for the exact same thing, but what have we got with these mangonels? They're just kind of hanging out on the front, waiting for MbL to kind of move out across the map, and I don't know if I like that. It's a big investment to kind of just have sitting around.
Maybe learn that from Jordan.
Ooh, but yes, something we did see. Players being very, very defensive with their mangonels when, as we know, there's such a big investment to have out. They need to make something happen.
Okay, let's take a look. It was good defense now. Most of those are getting cleared up. And we know MbL 1 villager ahead, and Wheelbarrow essentially, soon not anymore, and handcuts. So Nicov MbL, quite solid here. And look at his resources. That will be some damn quick arbalists.
Ooh, I love it. Can you check those mangonels for me as well and see if it actually got repaired?
Mangonels both got repaired.
Was repaired. Yeah. Awesome. Just want to make sure I have that one in the old brain. But yes, MbL looking like he's going to go for some very, very quick up timing. And there we go. Imperial Age, 32 minutes, 1 second due.
That's quick after we built so much before there. And he has a kind of solid eco behind this. In Arbalest, they don't need that much. Kind of, Arbalest tech is more into the direction of like Marians, I'd say. So you only need like 650 food at the start of feudal, maybe make it 1,000 food, some gold, and then you have very strong army early imp.
That's it, and of course, if you do manage to get up into early imp before your opponent, you have all those extra techs, and that micromanagement is where it really kind of comes into it. Looks like we do have Fire moving out. He wants to kind of find an engagement here, but I don't know if MbL is going to give him one. Of course, MbL just wants to sit down behind this, get to imp, get his tech upgrades, and then take the engagement.
Yeah, he's totally fine with camping this one out. Let's take a look. Mangono's shots here, Fire, what can he see? Is he getting some done? This could be a pretty good one, and no. MbL is running away.
MbL will not be baited into position here. This is good.
Do you remember the KD from game 1?
Oh yeah, and this is how it happens.
It looks pretty similar again. Now dumping even tech into Crossman. We had a lot of skirmishes to counter the army of Fire, but now MbL is going for the real damage output himself. Now thinks about picking up one of the many relics on this map. Even
I like
neutral
it.
monastery.
The old proxy, the proxy monastery.
Interesting. And that's something that Fire won't really expect. His resources, well, kind of solid as well. He will click up in a minute or two as well.
So getting there slowly, but there will be a big advantage for kind of MbL here at the start. If he kind of gets the pressure on well, kind of as soon as he hits the Imperial Age, it could work out for some great engagements for him, especially, of course, once he does get into Bracer Tech and everything along that line.
Okay, let's take a look. Bracer, that's just the range advantage is pretty big. Is MbL still on stone? He has 275, but not really a lot of stuff coming in, so that won't be the early TC. Goes for Bracer again. Let's take a look. Mangonel dance here, and how did he? Oh, the Mangon actually went down from the hill.
Yes. Wow, some great trades for MbL. He's really been kind of proving that one this far on, and the fact is onto the relics already. This is really good for him. He's got one there. He's got 2 monasteries up on the field as well. One really close to all the others. So this is just good forethought as well. He's really thinking about the long term here, and he's making it work. Yeah. Arbalest on the way.
TC in between everything as well. And yeah, Arbalest on the way, as you said. And MbL, he didn't scout a lot of the map, but is seeing enough relics and placed that one just beautifully and is now going for the aggression. But Fire, he's somewhat surviving for now, not really taking most damage, and this will indeed be siege range against siege range.
There you go. It's going to come down to that micromanagement at this stage. I guess we'll pit players pretty much against each other on an equal footing, just about. MbL, of course, moving out at the moment, trying to make the most of that tech advantage he's got, because he's got about another minute or so to really make it count.
Let's take a look. Well, easy just like that, Mangonel. And you said it, like a minute left. Oh, that's... Well, like 4 skirmishes going down, some of them bruised. It wasn't the biggest shot ever. Most important units at the moment are Arbalest, anyways.
This is really good. This is really good for MbL. He did lose a couple of skirmishes there, but it wasn't the end of the day. It could have been much worse. Of course, those skirmishes now, all the upgrades they could pretty much want.
Yeah, indeed. Let's take a look. What do they have? Well, they still take 1 more defense upgrade and chemistry, but, well, obviously better upgraded than the ones of Mr. Fire who is just going mass skirmishes, not a single crossman.
Here we go, and skirmishes Arbalest moving straight on top of the woodline. He's moved out into a couple of different raiding parties, really trying to just make any kind of damage he can happen. In the back of MbL's base, looks like Fire is trying to make something happen, but looks like one Mangonel there could deny this and pretty much clean it up.
The skirmishers helping out as well, and that was a close one as well. Let's take a look. Can he take another hit? It just seems like he just left-clicked away here. That's ugly against ground second.
That's revenge. There we go. Cleaning that one up so easily with just a couple of rocks.
Yeah, and that was a nice ground attack there, but I kind of saw it coming, right? The army moved like it was just left-clicked away, and, well, that was all cleared up. Nice map control here by MbL. I think it's looking good for him.
That's it, and he's just doing such a good job with the compression at the moment, pushing in slower and slower, but at the same time, Fire's just losing any kind of space he has to kind of expand out into, move up. Onega research has been done, though, for Fire, so that's nice to have in the bag, but he's just constricting every single movement Fire can have here, making sure he can't think about the late game, I guess.
Yeah, well, let's take a look. At the moment, we're still at Pop 100 and Pop 126, so late game is something that we will talk about later, but obviously, like, siege onages with torsion engines, that would kill everything that Vikings has to offer.
Oh, you're not wrong. And look at that, even denies it. MbL is just taking map control as much as he can here. This is beautiful, beautiful play from him. Those Onagers, though, that's what I'm a little bit worried about. A couple of good shots from those, and Fire could be absolutely back in this, straight on the field, ready to go.
Oh, man, and every time I play Vikings, I know, okay, I have the ego advantage. I need to play aggressively early in, and I need to play everything perfectly that I kind of have this small advantage re-transition into an army advantage, and MbL is doing that so beautifully here.
That's it. He's not dropping anything. He's used every kind of advantage he's had here. He's pushed for. He hasn't overcommitted in any way, and this is how he's ahead at the moment. Still, the KD is still looking really good in his favor as well.
Yeah, was better at some point, and let's Siege Workshop. Okay, we'll go up. I still would love to see some more Siege from MbL. Maybe Rams himself, maybe Onagers himself.
It'd be nice to see, just because that way there's going to be so much more aggression. And as everyone knows on this one overall, at the moment, the micromanagement and what people can actually get up to, just because we're on such basically a close network overall, we should see like some insane level snipes from these Onagers.
Ooh, well, DauT wants to start for sure, having a small hit advantage here as well. And, well, Fire, that's a way how to get back in population. A lot of units going over here to the right-hand side. MbL with the castle, kind of more defensive than I thought.
Yeah, he really hasn't kind of taken a risk with that one. Hey, it is sitting back behind his forces. He's not really using it to squeeze. I guess he's using it for map control more so at this stage. And, ooh, that Onager getting a couple of kills against the villagers. Not bad, but will we see him be able to hold this one? It looks like Fire might be able to break free down on this north flank.
Oh, looks good. The CC is going up. Onager tech now for MbL. That's going to be lovely. The question is that maybe an army composition where Berserks can do something?
Oh, I would love to see Berserks out in play. I would absolutely love it. Look, there's always the option, but I think we're being a little bit hopeful. But, you know, fingers crossed, we'll see what we can get out of them.
And 6 relics, by the way. Meanwhile, we have 1 even to be picked up. That one is not scouted. So MbL, behind the scenes, kind of did a great job of getting control of those.
That's it, and having such good map control from the early game, pushing out the way he has, even using the monasteries towards like the north corner there. Have we seen any other monasteries kind of pop up from him? No. There we go, one towards the south as well. He knows how valuable the relics are on this map, and he's making every use of it.
Running away here from the hit squad, Skirmisher and Onager coming around. That Mong even trying to find another relic, and he can just click it over here. And oh, look at that tag.
I am thoroughly excited. Absolutely, I cannot wait. This is going to be beautiful. Oh man, I'm excited.
Onagers cannot cut those streets. Look at that. He just right-clicked on those, and he cannot cut those.
There you go. We're discovering a lot
Villagers
this
are
matchup.
stronger than Onagers. Because villagers can obviously overchop that.
That's it.
Interesting.
We're going to have to look into the behind-the-scenes bonuses. 1 for 1, not a bad trade there, but MbL again moving in with 2. Some good splits from both players, and sorry, say goodbye there, Fire. The hill advantage was good. He's got a castle up there defensively as well, so the Onagers can't push into it by themselves. And some good splits with the skirmishes as well. Like I was saying, guys, look at the micro we can see from these players.
Yeah, moving that back, but MbL still with 30 population advantage, and that's a lot of skirmishes against him, and well, maybe there could be a tech switch, even another relic over here, so he could get up to 9 or something. That's really looking sick.
There's 1 free down in the back. Looks like Fire is keeping an eye on that one, and we've got another 2 in the back of Fire's base as well, so those 2 should be secured until pretty much the end of the game. Hopefully Fire does pick them up.
And like, I love how this map is being played out here. It is kind of campy. We see sick army compositions, but we also see a lot of map control being important, and we see a lot of Onagers going crazy.
Alright, so what's Fire's options, I guess, here? This is where it becomes a little bit more difficult, because MbL, like we're saying, is just slowly choking him out here, managing to kind of get around him, making sure he can't expand out, doing whatever he can. The Berserk's kind of moving towards the front here. MbL looks like he is moving his main army through the middle there as well. So I guess he just kind of tries to hold this flank. Don't lose too much to it. There's a lot of trebuchets there ready to go, though.
Oh yeah, 3 easily able to snack away those siege workshops, maybe even the castle. Let's take a look. Onager against Onager will get double villager and the Onager kill.
1 for 1, and let's have a look here in the center as well. Just trying to deny any kind of move out from Fire. This is good, and he's even going to catch some skirmishes and RBLS there as well. So really, MbL is playing this one fantastically. He's just got really good kind of game vision at the moment. He knows where his opponent's going to be. But I say that, and he just walks straight through the skirmishes.
Yeah, that's true. But he still has the army advantage. He's losing 3-4 units there, not too great for him. It's kind of important that he stays active, though. He is at pop limit. Fire's still struggling. If we take a look at Fire's resources, actually, he could go way higher there. Maybe he's even taking 2 siege onagers any second.
Ooh, that'd be nice, and it could make a huge difference here as well. Shotel Warriors on the way as well. That's interesting.
Are they?
Yeah, I just saw him kind of pop up there. Could have been a misclick, but
Okay.
Look, nice and quick, huge damage. Obviously not going to stand up to the range units on the way in, and that's probably the reason I'm a little bit confused behind it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're not really necessary, especially if they won't perform too well against Berserks as well. I'm still feeling like he has so many resources that he can use.
Why isn't he spending them? That's my question here, because he's getting pushed in on. It's not like he's at pop max and can kind of bank on all this. He's only at 147 population, 143 compared to the 182 of MbL. MbL can throw units at this now and not worry about it, whereas Fire, on the other hand, he's just going to be in Struggle Town.
Oh man, and Struggle Town indeed. Look at all those dead bodies. Obviously, those are still from the graveyards as well. But, well, there were some villagers working on the gold here as well. Now the Berserks are moving in to kill some of the traps. We have Captram and Siege Engineer upgrade, and he's rebuilding a Siege works here. Nice move, dodged all those. And this is a sick stranglehold by our Norwegian player.
Oh, this is great. MbL's just slowly pushing it on top of this. He's dealt with the castle. He can move his battle lines up further, take control of that hill, and look at this at the front here as well. Push Fire away from both the goals he had on front. He's literally starving Fire to death at this point. And look at that. Fire, he's got resources in the bank, though. What's he not spending them on?
I have no idea. Some more onagers instantly. Oh, I wanted to say go down.
Ooh.
But, well,
But, yep, close enough.
after that.
Man, the Onagers just showing absolutely how dominant they are on the battlefield here. Some good micromanagement. You know exactly what's going to happen. And that's an exciting research to see. Has he revealed the Berserks yet? In fact, this might be it.
Yeah, he did show some that TC is going down as well. MbL now with 50 population advantage, even goes for arson. He is going in for the kill.
There's nothing else he can kind of wait out for. There's no point holding on to this one. He's not going to get ahead any further by waiting at this stage. So moving in for the kill, absolutely beautiful. Plate mail on the way as well. Elite Berserk, so he's really going for it. And that's the game.
A beauty of a game, honestly. Like how MbL played this one, it's like Vikings, you kind of have that advantage, and he kept on the pressure, always forced Fire to fight with a bit worse eco, just pushed him to the edge, and in the end, just wore him down.
That's it, and I guess that's what the Viking economy is really for. You know you get in a big advantageous position with that, but really what I want to know now is how much relic gold did MbL generate through this?
Yeah, we will take a look at that stat for sure. He, in the end, had 8 relics. That one was not taken, and the 2 ones in the bag for Fire, nothing that he really cares about. Maybe someone in the living room can go over and adjust the camera of Fire. That would help us a bit. And yeah, let's take a look. Let's do the drum roll for the stats. We have a bit better KD for MbL, had way more, but in the end fought a lot with skirmishes. Just, yeah, some misclicks there as well, or not misclicks, but right clicks.
There we go.
Give me an estimation.
Oh, I kind of want to say how much we got here. Stone collective activity. I really want to say like 800, but I'm expecting it
800.
to be more. I don't know. He had them from really
it's
early.
8 relics.
I know.
It has to be more than 800.
But he hasn't had it for two. Like it wasn't a massive game.
2.8k.
Yeah, all right. No, I sucked at that. I absolutely sucked at that one, man. We're gonna have a relic guessing competition later on in the game, so I have a reason to improve that one. Yeah, 800. Nah.
Okay.
Obviously, I just was not paying attention.
Well, I'm not even sure how it works. I think relic generates like 40 gold per minute.
I'm trying to remember because I've done the math on this before for
Times
sure.
8, so you're getting like
Yeah.
300 per minute. We should
Somebody
stop the
correct
math
us in the
then.
chat,
Nearly
please. That'd
math.
be nice.
Yeah.
Somebody put the math in there for everyone. But we are moving on to game number 3 in the series. It should be Fire's home map of choice, Coast to Mountain.
This is going to be an interesting one as well. Let me see, what cross do I want to do? This one, and Vikings should be the second one.
There we go.
Sweet.
So MbL still with the choice of Britons, Japanese, and Malians over for Fire. We've got Celts, Spanish, and Burmese. Still really strong civs left at this stage.
So we also have to think about map number 4 and 5 here. Gold Rush would be our map number 4 here for Fire, and it's going to be tricky. Kind of, it's still tough. I think I want to see Britons on Gold Rush, but what are we playing on Regicide Fortress then? It's weird. Maybe Japanese Coastal Mountain, Malians Gold Rush, Britons Regicide Fortress.
Well, I guess. Yeah, no, that works out. Just like kind of doing any kind of basic kind of assumption there overall. But looks like we're already into another game.
We are indeed, and let's just jump over it, and we will see Japanese being played against Burmese.
MbL, there we go. Town Center dropped directly in the center there. Wants to go for all that nice, delicious hunt. We've got the elephants, we've got the goats, zebras on there. Fire, of course, going to move. This is kind of what I've seen more of a standard play. Move up towards basically the mountains, go down with the Town Center. They've kind of got a better source because you've got your gold, you've got stone, wood, all kind of near. But MbL wasting no time to get to production there. He wants that Town Center up and he wants the food.
Yeah, the food control is just so good for him, and well, he can just build those lumber camps, mining camps, all a bit cheaper if he wants to go for the mountain. Is he sending a villager? Yes, nice and early to build the dock.
This is a fantastic opening by MbL. This is how you can tell he's been doing all his research. He knows how he wants to play this one out. He's not kind of feeling his way through. He's going down for the early town center. He wants that hunt. He's going down with the early dock as well. So, man, he knows what he's doing here. This is really good. Fire did move a little bit more up towards the lumber, however, so he's going to be a little bit of a better defensive, but what? Move your camels, man. I think we're running into a real big thing where we just haven't seen the same kind of level of practice from Fire here.
He played in both qualifiers. He played the most games in qualifiers.
He did, didn't he? Because he earned his spot here by playing through pretty much just about everyone. What is going on, Fire? I guess it could just be an off day. Like you said, he did do a bit of traveling to get here, but...
I was shocked because he was scouting with the villager somewhere here to find boars and is using his goats. Oh, man. He has nerf issues, but, like, not using a restart. Please, no one go over there and tell him. Oh,
let's see if it's the same next game.
This is so weird.
So let's have a look. So MbL, he got his dock, he put his lumber camp up, pretty much as we expected there.
Yeah, that was a solid start. Well, he used his camels to scout.
Oh, man.
Okay. That's so weird. And, well, that looked pretty even, and they want to start instantly, so I will give them the go. We will jump over to drafting again. And after that, jump into game numero 3.
It has to be the shirt. I guess this is probably the other thing that's changed. It's either the jet lag or the shirt. He doesn't have that same kind of level of resistance. He's not used to it, you know?
Yeah, well, potentially, yeah.
The micro's all just a little bit off, and that's been throwing him the entire game series.
Interesting. I'm really surprised by the start because it feels so. Yeah, maybe it just realized and then restarted.
I'm hoping that's the case.
It could be nerfs. Like a lot of people, I talked a lot with him and how much he struggled in big important matches, and this might be the match with the most viewers ever for him in offline scenario as well. And he told me it's not going to be too nice. Actually, I have a friend that speaks Portuguese that could give him some like performance coaching as well. And he's coming over here during the week.
So it could be potentially that. But MbL, look at that. We're moving out with the camels straight away there. And we'll see in 1 second. Is Fire going to go for the camels as well? Does he know to move them? That's the question. Same strategy from MbL as well. And looks like Fire...
Look at... Does he not know?
He should know this. What? I just want to bang on the wall and just yell the camels. But not too much we can do. But I guess...
you can use it.
Now
that was a misclick. I think he just selected all of them. And
there we go. He knows.
He's learned. He can scout again. Oh, man.
This is good.
So brutal. Oh, God, he got it.
I love it. But it looks like he's going for a little bit of a different strategy here.
Well, scouting is a strategy this time.
True. Look, we've seen two major changes. Two major changes thus far. We've got the town center down closer to all the hunt, and then we've got the camels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe he just wanted to debate, show the strategy that he's going upstairs, kind of.
Ooh.
Then call the restart, show that to your opponent, and then play the next one with a
That'd be
different
really
spawn.
interesting to know if that would pay off at all. But the psychologicals, look, I guess it becomes a little bit of a difference. Because I do remember there was a game, I can't remember the series with it, but it was definitely secret playing. And I remember before they called the read, they deleted all their buildings on the map.
Yeah, you should always, like, this is an option, or you should always just save the game. Then the enemy can't see it either. Always, if you call a reset, it should always be a save.
Alright, what have we got here? MbL going for pretty much the exact same strategy. He's already got that dock down by the looks of it. Fire, not looking like he's kind of going for one quite so quickly.
It was secret against Battle of Africa
It was
finals
indeed,
against
yes.
AM, the step game,
Indeed it
the
was.
TaToH strategy.
Bang
Yeah.
on. This is how you know we've been around for so long.
Oh, it's even close to 2 years old, that series. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look. We are getting more hunt here. Fire still not on water. Has 4 villagers on there and is now sending the villager over. A bit screwed up here as well. Look at that, 60 wood already on the bank. Didn't even start his dock yet.
That's it. If we have a look down, MbL already has that one fishing ship out, which in Dark Age, this makes such a difference to just all of your production. And if we didn't mention it before as well, Fire playing in the red as the Burmese, and we do have MbL in the blue playing as the Japanese.
Yeah, and Fire actually half a villager ahead because MbL decided to walk from here over there, and Fire just instantly built his TC close by. Maybe just waiting for 1 tree actually to be there so that he can build the dock and build a fishing ship.
I'm guessing that's exactly what the idea was here. You wanted that basically extra wood income, so he could basically get his strategy off from the get-go straight away.
Dock now up, and so just build a house there as well. Sheep exploring, some more goat, and well,
Ooh, there goes one.
one camel down. One villager jumping into the TC. We shouldn't really see a villager being lost here, otherwise I said what I will do.
Just so you know now, if a villager's lost, I'm going to burst into this room yelling, just so you know.
You lost $100. Well, what will I do with the under $100?
Let's have a look. What have we got down here? So, pretty much equal on overall. And nothing really too exciting going on. We do have MbL moving forward with the builder. What's he want to do there? And Fire should hopefully see that with the camel, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference here. Extra elephant on the way in, utilizing all that hunt as best as possible. And the zebras as well. Hasn't gone for that first kind of straggler tree there. Did get his lumber camp up a little bit earlier as well.
I by the way, just realized we don't have a donation bar on any of the overlays, so I need to add that as well.
We will get that sorted, guys.
Yeah. Because someone just asked, like, oh, is everything paid for? No, I think we're still lacking like $6,000.
So you heard the man. Come on, guys.
And okay, let's take a look. Both going for the loop now. Fire with only 3 fishing ships. On the other side, we have MbL with 4. Might even queue up a 5th one. Nope, not really. Goes up to feudal age. 923 the timing. And some walls. Both will play in feudal age.
Ooh, I like it, I like it. Very, very even again for both players here. We've got 25 pop on the board for both. Looks like we did see Fire go for an extra villager there by the looks of it as well, but still getting pretty much the same time. 7 seconds there between with pretty much the exact same builds. MbL with the dock a little bit earlier, so that will help him out. But very, very similar here, guys. And that's what we're going to run into with a lot of these series. Players are starting to have this one down to a T, and it shows you the level we're expecting.
Well, difference here. MbL is going for the water. You can see him building a second dock. Fire, he will play it on land, and I'm kind of expecting scouts out of him? Question mark?
Maybe.
What is this? Like, it is for towers he's going too late. But he's going forward. Is that man-at-arm aggression without going on gold? This is a screwed up build order.
This is interesting, yeah. And MbL was definitely throwing that other dock down, so obviously it's going to give him a big advantage there in the little puddle we've got, or I should say the coast in this situation. Of course, if he can take that one, take out all his opponent's fishing ships, then he's just going to have a huge lead for basically the rest of the game. Fire can't afford to let that happen. But the second dock, he's going to be able to outproduce him from the get-go.
Yeah, and those fishing ships aren't dying either, so Fire needs to do something on land. But look at his resources. That's fast castle resources.
And he's throwing down the stable. I'm
700 food.
a little bit at a loss here, really.
I think, well, not optimal for sure. It's taking gold from quite some distance. Could have also taken gold at the top here. MbL, both his camels over here. Goes for the instant double bid X. And I think I've never seen someone wall behind his starting TC to save his villagers.
I wanted to say something there. I really did, but I was just considering everything you said, and I have no idea. what's going on here. He's got the gate there as well, so it's not like he's going to keep all his villagers kind of locked up, but I'm not sure. Here comes the tower, though. Like you were saying, the tower was a little bit late, but not the worst kind of situation here. Fire has slowly moved his way kind of across the map here, but I don't think... What's he going to be able to do? He can obviously bust open the walls with it, but apart from that, not going to be able to put on too much pressure, whereas MbL's fire ships at the moment look like they're about to start taking out the fishing ships.
Yeah, it looks like a 2v1. Obviously, Fighty cannot win. Fire is just sending his one over, but that's just a random move, right? Shouldn't really work out.
And the problem with this being as well, the docks are so far away from the TC. It's not like he can just come over, throw another dock down, and then even it up. Yeah. Basically, at this stage, it's pretty much assumed that MbL has the water. And look at this, throwing up a defensive tower as well. Yeah, and that should be good enough for him. I think I want to see a gate here, and I wouldn't even mind a stone gate because he's building the tower anyways, just to buy himself a bit more time. The tower won't be up before the walls are down, and I just heard a gate. MbL? Hello. MbL? Oh, there it is. Debated till the end. That's what we were expecting, and man, he's just playing flawlessly thus far. It's been great to watch basically this level. Fire, he's looking for somewhere to poke, somewhere to prod, get some damage in there, but MbL's giant wall behind his TC there. It's brutal. It is brutal.
Look at MbL's resources as well. That's brutal as well. This guy played double dock down there. And yeah, simply too good of an eco. Is now with 4 villagers on stone as well. Will be able to build defensive towers. Is building that gate, then we'll see another gate here. Oh, or this way.
Yeah, why not? Same thing. Just means he doesn't have to wall the rest of the palisades. And look at that. He's taken over the water already. This is looking really good for MbL already. We're at 13 minutes into the game, and he's already got a good stranglehold on all the resources on map.
But not really having any buildings yet. Not even the barracks. So it will be market blacksmiths most likely. Walls a bit behind there. And that's a bit off timing. You could have built those way earlier. Don't you think so?
Absolutely. Save him a couple of extra seconds here. And look, could have been up to castle age a little bit quicker, which, look, it always helps. But how are we looking in terms of fire resource at the moment? Very low. 100 food in the bank there. And considering we did have what you were saying was basically fast castle resources earlier on, that's a lot of scouts to commit to when you can't do any damage with them. Even just running past the town center there, taking some unnecessary damage. Ooh. Ooh, is all I have to say at this stage. He needs to find a way to make these scouts worth it.
Okay. And, well, I don't really see an option. It's all walled up. Villagers are super safe. MbL, not even really housing, still rushing one out. Full water control for him. Eco is running beautifully here, and this looks just pretty damn sexy for him.
Man, this is basically like kind of the wall off in the startup you really dream of when you play a map like this. To be able to wall all your resources in, all your villagers, keep them away from harm like this, be able to have the defensive stone so you can actually put some towers up to defend with as well if your opponent decides to push. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Those scouts just need to find a way to do something because that's just so much. That's your castle resources there, basically.
Okay, what's the next step? I'm not sure if I like the next Tower of Fire, because he will be up to castle age pretty soon, meaning Burmese, freeing yourself to attack for a Rambai, a unit that you really want to have.
That's it.
Building another tower might delay that.
Yeah, from MbL, I'm really thinking I want to see Knights in play, just because if you can kind of close across, it'd be nice to see, just because look at how scattered Fire still is. If he can kind of move around and just do all that damage, it'd be beautiful.
Yeah, well, some cavalry could be an option. I think he's just going for crossman. Maybe he's just going for the tower defense. Hey, look at that. He's not really investing into any army. He's just blooming away.
That's it. I think he's at the stage where he's realized he doesn't need to. He's got this completely under control. But Fire, good point out there, Nili. He wants to retake the water.
Yeah, and very unlikely that MbL will spot that. No vision over that spot. That could be tricky for him. Only has 3 fire galleys, well, 4 fire galleys himself.
I guess the question is, will he be kind of precise and think about it enough that once he deals with this dock that's already in play from Fire, will he just keep these units patrolling the edges? That's what I want to know.
Well, at the moment he isn't. He's more like patrolling in and out a bit.
Let's have a look.
At the edge, and look at those walls. So funny by MbL. And, well, he needs to get his C's up here.
What have we got? Is he going for that boom? The dock is up. Well, that one he's going to notice.
Uh-oh. Well, that's a vision for sure. We see Gillnet's being researched. Is he going with the fire galleys at the moment? No real reaction. Interesting. So what's the next step of MbL? I think if he had like a sneak villager that I'm still searching for, it would all make sense. You could just do anything, like monk siege push over here or whatever, knights, crossmen. You could go for, you name it. But he's so cornered. And they're now going for barracks.
Alright, what else have we got? Those scouts, look, they're still trying to push in, obviously under the tower there, so not making things easy. Fire on his way up to castle as well, so we'll be able to even this one out a little bit. Did we see any extra town centers from MbL, or is he kind of just committing to it a little bit here?
I would really love to see... Oh, War Galley upgrade from Fire even.
Oh, there we go, he's committing. He wants the water back.
Yeah. How much does he have? Oh, but War Galley as well. MbL realizing what's going on, is sending everything there, and he has the big advantage when it comes to numbers to begin with.
That's a great play to kind of just keep in there, make sure no one has an advantage.
Big question though is, Fire, where will he build his castle? There are some good spots for aggressive ones. I wouldn't mind here, I wouldn't mind down here as well. Just creating a lot of open space areas. I even wouldn't mind over here, right?
Well, that's it.
Killing
He's
everything in the long run and TTC.
That's it. He's got the tower there to defend it, so he's not exactly worried about being pushed on, especially with the fact that MbL's got next to no military out in the field whatsoever. And if he can deal with the town center at the first time, come on, that'd be great.
Interesting stuff here for sure. Oh god, I have something special for you. Look at the KD.
Look, everything counts.
Well, what happened there? Yeah, water didn't go too well. Okay. Okay, at least we have...
There we go, he's on the board!
Fire. Okay. That was solid for him. Okay.
Alright, did that castle come up towards the north of MbL's base there? Is that what I saw happening before? And looks like he will clean up all the fire ships there as well.
Yeah, solid defense here by MbL, not losing anything. Meanwhile, the castle will go up, and what's the defense here by MbL? I'm still curious, has he enough stone for his own castle?
That's it, he's got the town center up as well, so going to be in a good place for his economy there. And look, doing everything he can, but still managing to hold it so well. Where we go? Buying wood there from MbL as well. Is he just trying to put down an extra town center?
Well, he invested a lot of, some more stone, so potentially, but where is he building that one? Oh, sneaked some villagers down here.
Takes control of another gold, got a couple more wood line there. So yeah, definitely a good position to have it in, but the question's going to be, how does he answer that castle towards the north there?
At the moment he can't. I think he's just going for the big tower defense, right? Probably we will see university being built here, and then doing watchtower trying to defend this. Actually, this tower could be attacked by the castle.
Could find a little bit of a way in there. Scouts finding the town center just a little bit too late to really do any damage there. And it looks like Fire lost all his fire ships, sadly. And it looks like the water has returned to MbL's complete control here. I don't think we're too worried about this one anymore. Just because, look, he's got a good solid grip there. And I don't think Fire's going to be able to easily get back onto the water.
Yeah, only 6 fishing ships left though. And he even rebuilt 2. So Nicov isn't that sick. Distance is quite long as well. Kind of want to redock. It's not like the sickest fish ever.
Well, that's it. They're not everywhere. I guess more of the advantage you're going to have was going to be in the early game than anything. So, really, not a whole heap of point in kind of spending all those resources to get back in there. Whereas villager counts, 50 compared to 50, it's completely even.
This is still a pretty open game, right? And Fire, he can go for one of the most imbalanced units in the game, the Rambai.
And they are in play, ready to go. Probably the only big difference we're really seeing at the moment is the fact that Fire has his castle up already. There's a Rambai getting in to do some damage, whereas MbL spent a lot of time walling off his economy, whereas Fire's still really open.
Fire playing with 2 TCs, and look at that, a Rambai just, well, just a prank. And going back. Seeing that he cannot really do a lot here. Maybe just should focus down that. I'm still shocked why he didn't focus down that tower. And then he can try to squeeze through here.
The houses were just too important, man. They had to go.
You needed to get in, so I see that. Yeah.
And where are these Rambai heading? Are they potentially going... Are they heading back? Or... My guess was they were going to go to the town center further towards the southern corner there, just so they could try and get some harassment on these villagers. But... hopefully that's where they're heading, looking at them.
Well, makes a lot of sense for sure. He knows about that. It's spotted earlier, and he still needs to do something with that. Another option would be aggressive siege workshop and trying to...
That would be beautiful. If he manages to get that one up, put the pressure on the town center, then begin to push from there. That'd be really nice to see, but it looks like he's not really moving out too much at this stage. Just the thing is, he's behind at the moment, and we know he's behind. He knows he's behind. So how's he going to deal with this one and push his way back to the game? He can't just let MbL sit up and basically play the game that MbL wanted to play from the get-go.
Well, how far behind is he actually, right? He is now at 3 TCs as well, is going for some relics, sees all of them, being Burmese. And, well, he still has the whole map control, so after MbL kind of frees himself, he still can gain some time. So it isn't looking too great, but it's also not that he needs to get super creative now.
True. And looking at this, looks like he actually will be able to deal with those fishing ships. So going to cut a little bit of that advantage, which is nice there. And this is probably the best place he could really be with those around by doing some raiding. Managed to get some damage, garrison up the TC there a little bit, manages to also push the fishing ship away. I would say, look, it's a little bit of a good win for him.
Forced a lot of idle time. Monks now need to come over here as well. Take a look if we can get some conversion. MbL has no idea about those. Can we see the conversion started? One is coming in and fire. He is just retreating. Scout was thinking about it, but going back as well.
That was great reaction timing, though, from MbL. Could have potentially lost a lot of monks there, a lot of investment, but noticed exactly what was going on, kept a good eye on the minimap, and basically that's exactly what we saw there, which was the retreat from fire.
Indeed, and, well, back again at the raiding here. I love that he rebuilt his stock and just makes it so much more efficient. Did I hear a defensive castle by MbL?
Right in the corner. Wants to protect that gold spot, I guess.
Well, I think he wants to have the hill advantage with the traps later on, and just want to protect most of that. I thought about here, but then you always take the damage, right?
That's it.
Maybe over here could have been another option, in my opinion.
That's the thing. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I don't think it should be looked at that. It's definitely in a good defensive location. Like you said, it does have the hill as well, so when the Treb War does break out, we know it's not going to be at a huge disadvantage on that front. Is MbL just moving out with a couple of monks, though?
Yeah, he is, but I see something more questionable. Men-at-Arms? Why are we going for those?
Well, I guess what's in play here? We've got, even then, against the Arambai, like, what are they really going to achieve? I'm actually not sure.
Feels weird. Conversion, and should be a conversion back here. No, just deletes it. MbL even has conscription. How are the resources looking for Mr. Fire concerning him? 400 food at the moment, 1000 gold. And now the big go here against the monks. 3 scouts. Snacking 1, snacking 2, snacking. Probably number 3 here as well.
Whoa.
And the Ramba will come over for the clear up.
That's beautiful. That's the kind of engagement we want to see. And Fire's really starting to kind of get into this one a little bit more, which is nice. Using the scouts basically is the best they're going to be. Take out the monks. That's a whole lot of investment they're lost. And then once they'd used up the conversions, sweeping in with the Arambai and just making sure there was nothing left after it.
Yeah, and now, like, those units against the Ramba won't perform too well. Whatever is coming out of the barracks, you need massive amount of halberdiers. And I just feel like Arbalest would be the better transition here. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, I guess that's the question as well. Was it a misclick that he did end up with that research with? But because obviously Pike is on the way now, so that's what it could have been. But
He queued up massive amount of those.
that's it. He actually started building them. So not only did he build the Man-at-Arms, but he got the upgrade for Man-at-Arms. So to anyone thinking that, probably not where it's going to go. But Fire looking very, very close to going up to Imp now.
Yeah, but, well, he will lose his forward castle, which is kind of the most important building for him at the moment. And Fire is tagging onto Crossbowman here. What? Am I missing something? Why is he going for Crossmen? Crossmen of Burmese aren't really strong.
Look, I guess he could just be predicting the Halberdier play and just trying to counter that one, but that's really all I can kind of think of. But that's a big investment to make, just to kind of get the counter going.
Okay, well. Intech now coming up as well. Castle, as we kind of predicted, is going down. Another castle, not in a great spot.
Well, that's it. What's it really going to achieve here? It can kind of knock down those gates, knock down the palisades. I guess it's there to kind of support the wood line in some way, but it's on the low ground that you pointed out before. Such a big deal. And even then, it's just going to slowly get chipped away at.
Yeah, you will never be able to contest the traps. 3 traps can easily just get this one down. I think that's completely wasted 650 stone.
Ouch. And that's the thing, you were saying as well, the castle on the top there, Arambai is really where we're sitting at the moment in terms of the unit that's being created. And look, no, Longsword's been on the way. This is definitely part of the plan. But the castle, the secondary one there, it's not even in a defensive location. So it's not doing anything to push. It's not holding any key resources, and it's just going to go down straight away. So yeah, just a waste of 650 stone.
Yeah, and like, and even opportunity costs as well. Those villagers could have done something. And now houses here as well. Those will go down after the castle. What is Fire like? What do you think? He isn't having any control at the top here.
Alright, so there goes that castle. The long swords, I guess, are in the economy at the moment, doing what damage they can. The crossbows, going to be alright to kind of take those out, so I guess that could have been the answer there that we were talking about before, but really, it's not looking great.
Okay, going for ballistics now, and well, the Rambai. I feel like those mics as well are pretty good against small numbers of infantry. Obviously against the big push, it gets really tricky though.
Income more and more helps, of course. Japanese playing that swarm with as much infantry as they can, which is kind of to be expected in the later game. But at the same time here, the crossbow play from Fire might be enough just to kind of hold it back.
Let's take a look. Remember, are coming over. They aren't having too many upgrades on them. Well, obviously, like they're missing one that I could see in cast rate, so that's not the biggie. And Fire pop 125. MbL actually only at 140, and that's not the biggest difference.
And military count, let's have a look in here. 32 for MbL, only 18 for Fire. Fire's been kind of kicking around that for so long now. He hasn't really added too much to this. Fire going down with Bracer, so it looks like we are seeing him, cancelling it and going for Bracer again. So seeing a little bit of a commitment from him there. Chemistry on the way, so it looks like he does really want to invest into these range units. And I guess against the infantry, this is going to work out really well, but all I guess that MbL needs is a bit of siege, and he can kind of push through that very effectively.
Yeah, or just elite scum against elite scum.
True.
It's just easily winning. Japanese has all the upgrades, and Burmese are lacking 2 upgrades. I think MbL is in a good position now. It's kind of even in Imp. No one has a real advantage. No big sieges. And, well, I think the army composition of Japanese is just so much stronger in the end.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Pretty much an answer for every unit we have in the field for Fire. And that's just happening quickly now, and Fire is just going to slowly start losing ground. Apart from that, like his castles towards the front will have gone down, his push over there will have been lost, because he did have a really good position there to kind of hold on to, but we're just seeing issue after issue start to pop up here, and even then, MbL, complete puddle, he's got his fire ships out over there, he's pushing it across the center with his infantry. Any of those Arambai are just getting converted by the monks in play, and look at this.
Well, Fire is pushing him back at the moment, just slightly less army. Villager counters somewhat, even the fishing ships aren't that efficient anymore. Maybe want to go for fish traps here. And now Fire is the one switching into the champion line.
This is more kind of what I was expecting out of it, because of course Skirmisher Harold can be countered quite easily when it comes down to that front. Getting scale mail as well. We are seeing padded archer armor from MbL, plus ballistics as well. So I guess Fire going to be able to push him kind of across the front of the map here.
Okay, I'm tuning down the in-game sound a bit, guys, for you. And, well, but MbL, he already has so many range units, he can easily just tag into Arbalest. And, well, actually lacking quite some gold. That's a bit surprising. Did get
used
all
it up in the back.
that.
And I guess that's what that castle was kind of doing. I guess it was closest to the gold, but it should be gone well by now, and that's not going to be an issue whatsoever.
Yeah, Mark is going down, all the houses here as well. And that's still quite some aggressive buildings. But Fire now with 10 populations ahead. Are we misreading this game?
It's absolutely potential at the moment. We've got 34 military in play for MbL, 36 for Fire. Villager counts 109 for MbL, 125 for Fire, so a little bit better of an economy there. And potentially about to lose that trebuchet.
Oh man, and look at that. So sniping some villages here. This is actually pretty solid. And, well, Skirmisher just getting the kills. MbL, he's waiting for some upgrades and then is going for the engagement here. All the upgrades for those.
There we go. Really looking good on that front, but end of the day, some key research is just being missed.
Yeah, but that's not really...
Well, not missed, hey. Yeah.
like dearly missed.
Yeah. Longswords on the way for Fire now as well. Plate mail armor on the way as well as Scott Wires. So really trying to push this kind of advantage he can here. If he can move in with any kind of that infantry just to back it, because the skirmishers on their own, as we know, just so easily countered.
Now building on the market, Fire is trying to balance his eco a bit more. Bought a lot of food. Has a massive amount of gold for himself. He's now going for 200 Swordman. Check a look, MbL. He's still struggling for gold. Now Pop 180 against Pop 160.
This is actually, the more I kind of look at this one now, the better it's looking for Fire. He's got such good map control at this stage. Obviously lost kind of the docking situation, but as you said earlier, as the fish run out, it's not like there was a whole lot there. It's not a huge win anymore. Whereas the advantage Fire has towards the top of the map here, just controlling so many of these resource piles, that's where he's just going to be stronger and stronger as the late game kicks in.
Oh man, and yeah, I honestly, I feel like MbL is the one pushing here, so it kind of has to be open, right, if you disagree, and 200 Swordsman tech now is kind of good as well. And both kind of going for trash, both kind of already tagged into 200 Swordsman, which is still pretty tricky.
I'm not sure. Yeah, everyone's pushing, prodding, doing whatever damage they can where they can find it. But MbL definitely looks like he has the advantage here. That said, 58 military units for MbL compared to 38 of Fire, so definitely having an advantage. Fire being forced to pull everything pretty much back to home to be able to defend this onslaught that's coming forward from MbL.
Onslaught indeed. And oh, champion tech over here. Can MbL quick wall this one? Remember, this should be with 0 lag here, basically. And, well, but you still need to wall.
That bonus damage, look at him go.
Yeah, and, well, they have some damage output, and that's, I believe, without forging, just only finished now, right?
Yep.
And, uh-oh, those villagers might go down. Do we see some more quick walls? MbL should know about it. Meanwhile, we have a big engagement here in the center. That's why he's so distracted. And that's going to be a pretty sweet race here for sure. 20 more villagers for Fire.
Ooh, Fire, and it's going to get even closer and closer now as well. Is just going to keep opening up that gap with all those extra champions in the back, or about to be champions anyway. MbL pushing through on the center here, trying to find what damage he can, but again, that castle just so far back, it's not helping out too much. But here we go, coming within range now.
Well, and those towers and the castle will defend actually that area quite nicely. And the champs need to go back, so...
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I was not expecting it to have the range to block that area there, but that's fantastic.
Oh, and Rams, if they're protected by Obelisk, they're actually doing pretty damn fine here. Let's take a look what Fire can do. Oh, I just thought an elephant was produced from the meat. Okay.
And what are these champs going to get up to? So it looks like they're going to be able to take the win versus the, I guess, the Halbs. I guess the problem here going to be there's so many Arbalests in play. I don't think they're going to overwhelm, but at the same time, obviously, the Rams are just doing such a good job of beginning to push through all those middle buildings. And that's the problem here. Fire's starting to lose ground.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh, now sniping those. Nice, and MbL is looking at that. He will just snipe them. Oh,
That's
not
it.
enough to one-shot them, but that looked like without ballistics. Because he has to have ballistics.
He has to.
Uh-oh, big engagement here. Turk. This could be all those champions now moving in, and, well, for me, they're still
Hand
lacking
cannons.
all the attack upgrades. I'm quite shocked here. Skirmishers behind that, and hand cannons added. Indeed, nice spotted.
And that'll help him deal with the champions a little bit more effectively. Those Rams just beginning to clean everything up here on the front lines, not giving him too much chance, but the skirmishers moving in to soak some of that damage. Champions moving around the side behind as well, but it looks like MbL just has too many units here.
And too many resources, look at that. Taking for Yasama and guard towers. So he will spam those. If he cannot spam bomber towers, he will spam some keeps himself. And that was a beautiful engagement for him. All the Rams in the front soaking up all that damage. And suddenly MbL kind of took the advantage I was waiting for all game long.
Such a good play there overall as well. Just using those ramps to soak up any of the damage, as Nili was saying, from the skirmishers. Keeping those Arbalests alive. Making sure he wasn't losing any units there for nothing. Keeping that KD as nice as we've seen it pretty much the whole time. Just this is how he's been achieving it. Very, very even now, however. So Fire really making push coming to shove. He's doing a great job here defending. But his eco here is at risk.
And all his production as well. Look at that. 3 archery ranges all going down after we already lost one. That orange attack potentially might not finish. And that's really what he's banking on, because he's trying to make something happen to kill all those Arbalests who are now which are now going to the top. And they will find a lot of villagers.
Oh, man, if they make it to that top corner, that's going to be rough. I don't think he's even going to be able to pull them from there, really, in fact. High on cannons behind this as well, just to help deal with that infantry a little bit more effectively. But MbL's really transitioned to late game here quite well. Oh, this is good. This is really good for him.
Yasama Tower now doing so much here as well. Look at that. Arbalests, okay, they're dying, but that is going to be so ugly. And that's going to be... Oh, God, if you have kids at home, close their eyes.
This is not good. What are we looking at, villager count? We had 135 there in play from Fire. Down to 129, 128, 125. There's the GG.
Damn, strong performance here. Fire shaking his head, and we will have the camps delayed for tomorrow, guys, so that the GG timings won't be spoiled too much, but I still hope you enjoyed the cameras. What a great series here by MbL. Very sharp on point here, and he is seed number 3, and he showed why.
That's exactly it. Every trade he made here today, it was for maximum efficiency, doing exactly what he can, just... man, it's just the way he was trading today. The way he was trading, every single engagement he took, he wasn't letting any unit get away from him, and that proves, and it shows exactly how he got to where he is today.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was a pretty sharp series, and I'm happy with that. And you can, I think, just move over with your microphone, leave your headphones here, and you will do the after interview with Mr. MbL, who
Love
will
it.
come in over any second. Meanwhile, I will show you the stats, and MbL with more kills obviously had the better engagement in the end. So many villagers going down, the better eco, and that's really what carried him. That fish as well, and well, Japanese fish, pretty nice, and well, Turkey Turk. Just move over there. We will send MbL any
Let's
second.
have a look.
And yeah, let's just hope he brings his stuff as well. Let me take a look. What scene do I want to have? I think I want to have the main scene now. Indeed, that's me. You can see Mr. Turk ready in the back. And
Breaking
now
that kayfabe.
Nicov, that's the guy in the red here, setting up his hotkeys. Fire, getting a pat on the back, saying, "Oh man, maybe next time." Good luck there. And well, if the players from the living room could please send me over Mr. MbL here so that we could go for the interview, that would be lovely. To bring the microphone as well. Nicov still in the front, Fire instantly going for the smoke. You saw him grabbing his jacket there. Oh, Nicov is so cute. Yeah, he is. And look at that. Liereyy. He's coming over and setting himself up there as well. This is a series that will directly follow after this. Your casters will be Onlu and Mr. Yeah, then grab it. Onlu and Mr. Memp will be casting that one. If you enjoyed BBQTurkman, you will be excited to see series number 4 of the day as well. And because he will be there with Jordan.
All right, go under. Yep.
No, but yeah.
Maybe use it in the
Yeah.
center, Turk.
No, it's wrong. It's
And,
like
oh yeah, it'll be over like that. So move that piece to the microphone. should come
Those are
under your ear.
Those are
Yeah.
over your ears.
yeah, no, but like it was like that. The microphone is a little bit like okay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
You got it?
Yeah, it's good.
Just
Maybe
sit.
it's
Pick a side, gentlemen.
Okay, I will unmute yourself. Did you? What? Full disrespect.
You don't knock the hippo.
I was petting this hippo yesterday. I was petting the hippo
He's
yesterday.
also having his shoes on.
Next disrespect move.
Oh,
A bit closer. The microphone to your mouth. As close.
better.
I think it should be fine.
I'm eating it now.
And yeah, eating is fine. Just go ahead.
Fantastic. Well, first off, congratulations on the win. Sorry to see the losses, but you fought hard there, especially the last game. There were so many chances where we thought you had it. I guess, kind of talking to you both here, more than anything, I guess, if you kind of looked back on the series, if you kind of thought about it a little bit more, is there any civ changes you would have thought of instead of kind of going for the ones you did in the draft?
Couple of, but I think the main change would go for more economical approach.
Yeah, so
Like I was playing before, but then I kind of tried to, and it didn't work, of course. But like more economical approach. But every time, like maybe a good fight I took, but even like this way, I felt like he was ahead on economy.
microphone a little bit higher, all good. And I guess coming from you as well, MbL, everything obviously turned out quite well on that front. How do you think you went on the draft, map pick? Pretty happy with everything you kind of went in shoes for?
Yeah, I was happy. Draft went pretty well. Like I had counter save, I felt with
Yeah.
Roberts against Hans. I felt like he was going to use Hans on
Yep.
Arabia because there wasn't really any other map to use it on.
Do we hear you at all?
I don't know at all.
Are we on in terms of the pack? Pack's on. Are we definitely unmuted?
Should work.
Should. Like we said, guys, day one.
Probably heard me through your mic.
Just keep talking, MbL.
Hello, test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now you're on.
Okay, are you sure? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
DJ Nili.
So feeling like all the civs were well picked, nothing you kind of
Mhm.
regret there in the draft. So I guess
No.
that works out really well for you in terms of the home maps as well. Obviously, kind of had the choice there. Any reason you went for the maps you actually decided to?
Yeah, land maps, my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna try to aim for the whole tournament. Try to get some land maps
Yep.
all the way. So yeah.
And obviously, the K to D is probably the big thing we've really been seeing from you here overall in terms of basically every game you played today. Last one, fights, dude. You were absolutely kicking ass there halfway through. It was definitely a point where Nili and I were very divided on terms of who actually had the win. But I guess with the K to Ds, are you just trying to find every single opportunity you can, just finding every single opening?
Yeah, I felt really good today. Like everything was on point. My micro and my macro was really on point. Like eco crates really came in time. Also, like something I usually don't do is heavy plow, but today I really got everything, and it was just everything was really perfect for me.
Excellent. So I guess talking to you as well, Fire, is there any kind of things you can look back on in terms of series and go, maybe if I did this, it would have changed around the way basically the series fell out? Or any kind of ideas?
No, as MbL said, like also the Civs kind of countered me, but again, I'm more economical approach because every time I took a good fight, I felt like I was behind as well. This last game, when I got my boom going on and I finished the boom, a lot of resources, he had a good boom as well behind, and I can't fight it kind of.
Well, that's
with
it.
skirmishes, for example, so kind of counter me again, even with good economy, both ways.
I guess as well, and probably one other thing we've actually heard a lot of in the chat is talking about the travel time you guys spent to get here. Do you find it all it's kind of influenced your play at all today, or do you think you kind of in nice shape, or would you rather kind of one more day than you reckon you'll be
I
into
hope
it 100%?
tomorrow I'm going to be way better because my eyes, I don't know, I can't explain. Like I never had like this jet lag before because even when we went to China or something, we had like days to rest.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's just me like crying or something, like excuses. But it feels weird still. Like I slept like literally 11 hours, and I woke up like kind of tired again. Like
Oh no!
I think maybe because of the 24 hours as well, awake before I come. But I think I'm okay, but I can be better.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you reckon you went? Much of an influence, you think, or relatively easy travel compared?
Well, I had easy travel, not the best sleep, but I feel good, so
Do we have someone to blame?
doesn't really affect me. I play like a lot of games at home, so I know how to deal with being tired, so that's fine.
So definitely just kind of pushing that one.
He's young.
That's it, hey. Oh, good. I guess anything else you guys would like to say before we kind of sign off for this one? But congratulations on the series.
Thanks.
Obviously, amazingly played. Fire as well. You definitely just didn't keel over and die. You made him absolutely work for it every second of the way. So congratulations to you as well.
We got more games tomorrow, right? Let's give
That's it.
good show.
This is just the beginning, guys.
What
We've got
are the
so
games
many
tomorrow?
days.
Nili,
What or when?
What are the games? Who? Okay.
Depends
don't
on the
know
match.
Depends on the
If
matches.
you if you win, you will play one of the winners.
Yeah, you
Oh,
play
really? Okay.
now.
Yeah,
For example, or TaToH are like two
Yeah.
other guys who win.
TaToH, DauT, or Liereyy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly it. I guess any questions you've got before we close off, Nili?
No, it was all great.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much, guys. Like I said, congratulations on the win. Kicking ass anyway. Make it happen.
Thank you.
We'll go from there.
Thanks.
No worries, guys.
Sweet. And we will let them set up their stuff now. And you can see the full schedule over here.
I'm going to.
We'll now have Liereyy against Nicov. Later today we'll have Viper against DauT. And all the next days we will have games every single day. Same starting times till Thursday. Then we will have only... Please take the microphone over again. Thanks. And Friday we will have our fun day. Saturday next week. Actually, semi-finals. Sunday, big finals. And the next series will be coming your way any second. It will be, or not any second. I will give the caster some small introductions. We are looking into what do I want to look? The main scene. You can see Liereyy and Nicov setting themselves up. I will give you a nice video of how Age of Empires was developed from the Escape guys, and we will see you in, let's say, I think the video takes 12 minutes. So I will just add something like 13 minutes in the delay, guys. Or let's just go for 12. And see you then. Settings, browse. Here we go.
It's warm, so I don't need this, right? Take it off. Okay, 100%.
Nee, das ist ja gestreckt halt.
Rechts und links hast du beide.
When I first started the company, I wanted a less corporate environment, and I envisioned a workplace that was something like when I used to get together with my friends in junior high school and high school to play Dungeons & Dragons. We just all waited for the weekend to roll around so we can play games, and then we played games all weekend and lived off of almond joy bars and Cheetos. You couldn't tear us away from playing games, and that's the kind of environment I wanted to create.
Somehow he found me and called me up, and we had these long, multiple-hour conversations about the game business. And after several of these, I remember mentioning to my wife, I wonder if he's going to start a game company. And sure enough, in late 1994, he said, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a game development company.
I had a consulting company, and one of our lead programmers, Angelo Loudon, and I were working on an accounting application. And we were pretty bored and had been working on that for months. And he had told me that he had always wanted to, write computer games, and I told him I always wanted to start a game company. And by the morning, we were banging out the code for a tank game, which never got produced, but that's how the company got started.
Within a few months of starting, we had narrowed down what we were going to do, the game would be, and I think it was a strong idea, the idea of merging the best of real-time strategy with the best of turn-based strategy into kind of a hybrid. So I think we had a great idea at that time, and then it was just a question of finding the people and making it all come together.
In the original Age of Empires, we included a learning campaign based on the Egyptian rise to power. It was more or less just an easier campaign, and we tried not to overwhelm the player too much. As we moved into Age of Kings, we realized we needed to really take a step back and actually teach players how to work the interface, how to move units around the screen, how to upgrade technologies, how to fight the enemy. We did this by telling the story of William Wallace, starting off the player with just a few military units trying to break free of the English tyranny, and gradually get more and more soldiers to build castles, and finally get William Wallace himself to help you move on to victory. Our goal was never to let the player think that he was being taught, but to have a fun experience and learn how to play the game while they were doing that.
When we do the artificial intelligence for the maps, for the computer player to play against the humans, we have two things we need to balance. First is, obviously, the game must be challenging for even the best players. The second aspect is it has to be fun for even the newest players, so that if someone's mother or their 4-year-old kid are trying to play the game, they have to get an enjoyable experience. The computer player has to seem to put up a fight, but it still has to lose. When a game player is more adept and really wants a challenge, we have to have the AI be as powerful as possible to take him out.
Formations is a good example of one of the things that we came across when we were trying to make the game more accessible to casual players. Formations in most games are fairly intimidating. They have a lot of things that you have to do to be able to get your units into formations, and it's a pretty abstract concept. You really can't intuitively figure out what series of buttons you have to click on someone's user interface to get your units into a formation. So the approach that we took with formations was more making it entirely intuitive to a person and entirely automatic. Formations in our game, you select your units, you tell them to go do something, they automatically go into the formation they're supposed to be in. It's much easier for people to understand, and it serves the purpose of the formation.
Ensemble Studios is very different from other game companies I've worked at for a number of reasons that are not very subtle. One is the way that it's managed and organized. At most game companies, there's like the star, the guy who's in charge of the project, the auteur of the game. There's no stars here at Ensemble. The individual people here would be stars at other companies, but here we work as a team. We all move together on a project. Anyone on a project, not just the designer, is able to make suggestions, improvements, be listened to. From the financial officers to the front desk personnel, we all work together very closely as a team.
One of the things that people think of when they think about games is they think about the fun that goes into the game, getting the game in the box and out on the shelf for people to start playing. But in reality, it takes 2, 3, sometimes even 4 years to develop a game. It takes us about 24 months to actually put together a major release like Age of Empires 2.
We had a lot of people work on Age 2, upwards of 40 people, I think, at one point, over 10 programmers. That's a pretty big entourage of programmers to kind of corral and work together, particularly when we were all pretty well versed in the engine and everybody could do a lot of different things. It was kind of a juggling match sometimes to figure out which person got which tasks. But then at the same time, we had a couple of tasks that were really only good and suited for one person because of all the experience built up. So I think we did a really good job on the project management of keeping the tasks flowing and keeping everybody busy. And again, I think that all comes from the communication and cooperation and respect that we all share as Ensemble employees.
Look, if a game is decided by many people, it's owned by many people. It's not just one person, although one person can bring up the initial thoughts of what a game is to look like. So initial sketches are done, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of gathering of reference. And then everyone kind of sits down, puts it up on a board, start making decisions on how the game will be based off of clear objectives and lots of input.
The process that we take to get artwork in the game is first the idea goes to a sketch artist. Sketch artist creates a few drawings. It goes through a review process. From the review process, it goes to an artist who builds a model and textures the model. After the model is textured, it usually goes to an animator. The animator animates, and from there, off into the game.
We try to make the music act as a mood setter more than a focal point in the game. We feel that it's secondary to the sound effects. The sound effects give you a lot of information as to what's going on, and we try to complement that rather than overpower it.
Traditionally, we use a lot of synthesizers and samplers to achieve our sound, but more recently we've started involving a lot of acoustic type instruments, bringing in as much percussion as we can find. Whenever we're out at a store, doesn't matter if it's on an official trip or not, we find things, we bring them in. We might not even know how to use them, but that doesn't matter. As long as we can make interesting sounds with them, they serve a purpose.
To me, the best compliment is when someone says that they've put our game CD in their car to listen to the music. So while we try to keep it as a background thing, as more of a mood setter in the game, it's great that people feel like they can take it away and listen to it on its own.
Playtesting is the heart and soul of what we do. There's really no way that anyone can make a game in a vacuum. And at least our experience has been that the more iterations of the game that you can get out there, the better a game you're going to have as an end result. So one of the things that we embrace as part of our core philosophy is getting a game playable as soon as possible and then getting it out in front of the entire company and having everyone play the game and generating feedback on a constant basis. Once, twice, 3 times a day. During crunch time, there's basically a game going on constantly. And we mirror this as we go out. I mean, when you begin the game, you may have a small core of your team playing this game and getting that kind of feedback. When we get a little bit more involved in the process, then the entire company is playing the game. And when we're getting even closer to being complete, we have our beta test where we have thousands of people playing the game, giving us feedback and just giving us basic ways to improve our game. It's really been the process that's worked for us, and I think it's one of the crucial things to creating a game that people are going to enjoy.
I basically know a game is ready personally when the vast majority of the people in the company who are playtesting it, as well as the feedback from our outside playtesters, is very positive. I mean, I have to sort of use a groundswell of feedback that says, yes, you know, it feels right, people are having fun playing the game.
I think the most exciting time of finishing a product is when you actually go out and see it on the shelves for the first time. You can pick up the box with your game in it and go to the cashier and say, yes, I'm going to buy my game here that I worked on. It's really pretty thrilling to know that you can touch that many different people's lives. It can be pretty humbling.
The difference between Ensemble Studios and other game companies that I've worked for has been profits, for one, and profits means that you can spend money on nice equipment and beautiful offices, and you have R&D budgets, and you have the best equipment. That's one tangible thing. I think the most important intangible is the way we really try to take care of people. We're really people-oriented. A lot of companies talk about their people or being their #1 asset, et cetera, but I think Tony Goodman, as our president, has really made that an important focus. He really is concerned about the people working here.
I wouldn't really compare Ensemble Studios management to other companies. What I would say, though, is that we really have a well-seasoned management team that has great business acumen. We focus on making sure that this is a profitable company, producing AAA quality titles. That's been demonstrated with the company receiving many awards, and we really try to focus on being the best game company possible.
Where is the future for Ensemble Studios is an interesting question. People ask me all the time when I'm traveling about that kind of question. But I mean, they're usually thinking of 5 or 10 years out, and I tell them we only need to know what's going on 2 years from now or 3 years from now, because that's when our next game will be done, and we got to be sure that the next game will be successful when it comes out in 2 years or 1 year or 3 years. So I generally don't think in a horizon larger than that. But I think we know how to make games. We've learned how to make really excellent games.
We have a real broad array of talent at Ensemble, and we've created a real top PC franchise in Age of Empires. We're going to go on producing top real-time strategy games, but we're also working on a really fantastic console game that we think will be a real hit. And sometime down in the future, we're going to be working on online games and possibly a massively multiplayer game. So the future looks bright.
Do you hear now, guys? I'm sure that you hear now.
Hello,
One check.
hello, hello.
1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Nah, you hear now. You hear now.
You
Nah,
just-
they're fine. You're fine.
you just wanted to steal
was
all the
just this.
limelight.
Okay. It was just this. All good. Well, we are talking that Nili's Apartment Cup. We have seen already 2 series, right? We're going to see now Liereyy and Nicov. Honestly, super motivated. And Orlu, pleasure to be here with you, man. Huh?
Should be good, man.
What do you think about this series?
I honestly really think it could go either way. I think you would have to favor Liereyy on paper just because of all of his success recently. But, I mean, Nicov in form is pretty terrifying.
Just continue speaking. Yeah, go.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, obviously Liereyy, second place in, like, you know, most tournaments recently. Most recently, of course, being KOTD2. Only losing to TheViper. I believe he did beat Nicov in that tournament, if I recall correctly, or was that MbL?
It was MbL.
Okay, it was MbL. But still, I think this should be a really close series. Obviously, they're both teammates. They probably know each other's, you know, strategies and mindsets about the game in and out.
Well, we can give some insight to the viewers, man. And they didn't talk to each other during all the day, man. They didn't talk to each other during all the day because they are hiding completely. Everything. They are hiding everything. Look how serious they are.
Oh, yeah,
do you think that they love each other right now? I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
And I have a sleep, and I put in quotes, with Liereyy, guys. So if he's losing, he's going to blame me, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough night.
It was terrible, man.
For him.
Yeah, I love you too. Okay, well, let's see when they will start to make them. Now, guys, even Orlu is trolling me, man. All the people trolling me before in the chat, and now Orlu too. Orlu, man, I thought that you were going to be more serious with me.
Nah, man.
Okay, do you hear now? Now, Ciro, let's make some test for the sound. How it is the sound, guys? It is good. I mean, it's the first time that we are with these microphones and everything. You can unmute probably the players. Go 1 and 6.
Oh yeah, 1 and 6.
Maybe too loud, but I'm always too loud. So that's impossible to fix.
That's life.
It's because I scream all the time. What can I do, man?
Do you have like an IRL
stabilize,
button?
man. Always keep dropping
that's
down.
Liereyy.
Shit.
It's not Nicov,
This
despite what the
microphone.
graphics may say.
Yeah, they are talking. Let's see. They mute him, man, because he's in rage mode. Mute Liereyy, man. Mute Liereyy. He's in rage mode activated. Okay, we have to change the cameras. I'm gonna make this because Liereyy is in that one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get Nicov here. It's no problem, man. I can do that. Done.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll fix it, guys. I'll fix it. I'm also figuring out all the overlays. It's the first time that I'm checking all this, but don't worry. It's magic, man.
Yeah, so if anything goes wrong, blame them.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's good, also to me, no? Or
No. You got
okay.
it to me anyway.
Okay. Well, we're going to see what maps they are going to pick and bans. And then civilizations you have seen already, so you know right now how it's going to be. And, well, let's see. I'm honestly so excited to see those series. Hopefully they are going to play their best
the best gameplay, and then we can get I don't know, maybe I hope for the best series of the day. But then
yeah, of course.
later we have TheViper and DauT, man. 0-3 for DauT.
Yeah.
Probably right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say 1-3 for maybe for one game for Viper. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see later. And well, we are just waiting. Okay. We're just waiting. Yeah. All people know that it's 3-0, obviously.
Yeah, naturally. But I don't know about you, man, but I really like the sort of diversity with maps that we were seeing in this tournament. How you have so many different types of maps, different play styles that we can see unfold. I think we can really see a lot of like different variety, interesting games, something in that order.
Yeah, it's amazing, and but it's really important also the civilizations, huh? I mean, the match is crucial, and let's see how they are going to pick each other. You can see, guys, that they are fixing some stuff with the sound, and as soon as they fix that, we will focus completely on the maps, like Orlo mentioned, and everything else. We will start soon. Okay, I think we can go here now. Okay. Oh man, you are too young, man. But man, this dessert, man, with the Tyrant, with the war is coming.
Yeah,
you know,
classic
story, classic from Age of Empires. But we are now working in the present and in the future, man. And this is I'm so happy to hear. Yeah, man. we don't want to forget about the past. Well, I cannot, sadly. Where's the players, man? They leave the room, man. They ignore me, man. What is this?
Feels Ornlu, man.
I'm looking sharp, yeah, because I take if you see me yesterday, I wasn't looking too sharp, really. It was terrible yesterday.
Nah, man. The 22 hours of travel really didn't do wonders for my beauty.
Nah, but you are fine, man. You are Joe, man. If I travel all the time you travel, I will be here like, well, I couldn't be casting now. I couldn't be casting. Impossible. What was the score MbL versus Fire? I don't know if we have here. I think we have in this one. Let me put, I think in this one is the score.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the result. It's only the result, not the score completely.
The score, can we spoil it?
Yeah, I believe so.
3-0.
They are doing so.
Yeah, 3-0.
3-0. 3-0. Yeah, let's see.
Dominant from MbL there.
Okay, I think really soon we are going to listen the players again. Previous series, well, MbL dominated, man. MbL dominated to Fire. Fire has been really tired also. It's not an excuse, of course not, but that traveling was pretty crazy for him. I believe that tomorrow people is going to be in better shape for sure, because has been tired for a lot of people. And BBQTurkman also with the flight. Thank God that he don't need to play. That's crazy. Oh, Liereyy give up? What the hell, man? Well, nice to cast with you. We go, guys. It was so fun, man. Bye-bye.
Excellent hype, excellent analysis, everything on point here.
Well, guys, that was good. Hopefully you have enjoyed. We love this game. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm out.
Shit, man. He noticed that it's not a joke, and he stayed, man. I wanted to be alone, but it's impossible, man.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, man. I just want to cast this, man.
Of course you want, and I want to. I want 5 games. I mean, I don't really care who is winning, and if I say who I want to win, they kill me, man. We are too close.
Bias. You're supposed to be unbiased.
I should be, man, but now I cannot cast it like when I'm doing there at home, because now these guys are too strong. Oh man. You know, guys.
Don't make it back to the hotel.
I'm gonna give some insight from what we were talking yesterday. I was talking with MbL about some opinions I got, and he followed some advice I did yesterday, man. I will talk about those maybe after the stream.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I think Liereyy just kill you guys. Just kill Orlo. Just kill me. Yes. Liereyy just kill with the coffee. Man.
How do we see the maps we are seeing? The screen.
Hey, that was Nili. That wasn't me, man.
Was you?
No.
So I remember what maps are we picking.
Yeah, we do.
I write them down.
Yeah, let's go into the drafting maybe.
So Arrive is game 1.
Ja, ich habe sie offen hier. Also beim NAC2. Ja.
Play left. The challenge.
Just click it off for now. No link.
Okay. No.
Okay. And just click it invisible.
In the other.
On the eye.
Yeah, like make it.
Oh wait, you have to give me a host.
Ah, the same, right?
Yeah, DI.
Okay, perfect. And then I add later?
Yes.
When they finish the map, I add?
Yeah, when
Okay.
the draft starts.
Okay.
You have the maps already?
Yeah, I got the file.
Oh, I was looking for them.
Okay, guys, now we shut up a little bit because you can listen Liereyy and Nicov, okay? Let's go for the
I
players.
take Land Madness.
Oh my god, this Liereyy, pure Arabia, man.
Yeah.
Arabia,
play all the land
Can you put
maps.
another Arabia map? Yeah. No, what I mean is Land Madness, Arabia, and put Green Arabia, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I know, man.
Yeah,
I saw
know.
in the document. Liereyy, guys, we were...
That's 2 bands, right?
Yeah. They were asking to the players what to suggest, and Liereyy said, Arabia.
Yeah.
Arabia, man.
All you need.
Arabia.
I think DauT as well was just like Arabia only.
Yeah, thinking.
Yeah, but Liereyy was second, man.
Yeah,
DauT, first round, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not good, man.
We're going to be seeing a lot of Liereyy games. I think that's a guarantee. DauT, who knows?
Okay, we have now Land Madness raid rotation. Oh, it's the first time we see it today, I think. We didn't see it yet, right?
Yeah, I don't believe we've seen it. I think it was maybe in the last draft, but it never got played, but I don't remember.
Okay. This is Nicov. Remember that that map, it has water all around.
You banned what?
Coast to Mountain.
Oh, Coast to Mountain, yeah.
Of course, that was the new map we saw a couple times earlier today and in some earlier show matches.
Right now, Liereyy is banning 2 maps.
Also, you should probably switch
I
Ray
ban
Nicov, the cameras.
No, we will do that.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Prairie.
But that, for example, makes not real sense for me. He banned Prayer. And Prayer is a land map, similar to Arabia,
Yeah,
even more open. But he banned Prayer. It makes no sense. I mean, according to what he suggests, like on Arabia, it's similar gameplay. Well,
I think it probably has to do with the fact that the wood lines can be really annoying to deal with, like we saw in the series with Jordan earlier.
Yeah.
Tidepool banned. Liereyy, not the biggest fan of like hybrid water maps. Hence the Arabia spam.
Tidepool for sure. I understand. Well, let's see.
Flooded Cross just seems like a really tricky map that is probably really hard to figure out just because it's so like 50-50 land and water.
Who picks the Homa?
Yeah, I mean, I never when I cast in that one, I really don't know what strategy they are going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
The predictions there, Titanic, total Titanic all the time.
Oh yeah.
Well, but it makes it exciting for the viewers also because you don't know what is gonna happen, so it can be nice.
It's a surprise for everybody, including us.
Yeah, you know, for sure. I admit that map, I don't know what the strategy is the best. And not even Civilization. Well, always you want to use Malay, can be a good choice there.
I think any good like hybrid land water.
Yeah.
Civ, Japanese as well.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. And the last, Ridge Fortress? Maybe? What we are missing? Let's see.
Seize the hump.
Ah, seize the hump.
Oh boy.
Seize the hump.
Liereyy wants to seize that hump, man.
It's all aggressive land map, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, not surprised.
He.
There should be a link already in your chat.
Okay, now we can put, I think, we can start to put the draft probably?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We wait. Okay.
Oh, how to go to Nili?
Yeah,
Actually.
on Bubbly. We will get the link here.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
I couldn't get another room. Sorry. There you go.
Just joining the lobby.
What?
What do you think
Okay.
about
Change your
this
name in
set
the
of maps,
website.
Mem? Do you think it will favor any one player? I mean, both players are pretty
Liereyy.
diverse. Just Liereyy?
This one is favor Liereyy because he's one step ahead probably in this kind of maps. But if Nico play his best, any of the player, I think they can win.
How do I change my name?
Yeah, I mean, I think that
Top right. There is
both Nicov and Liereyy
is
are
it
very
oh.
sort of well-rounded
Oh, I
players
see.
in terms of what they can do. We think of maybe Nicov maybe a bit more boomy and Liereyy a bit more aggressive, especially in the Castle Age.
Yeah, more macro.
Yeah, but
Nicov,
macro.
right?
Yeah.
You have the link?
These are
Yeah,
probably sort of
1
more
second.
minor differences rather than, you know, say a difference in style between Vivi and Viper.
You turn first.
People want to kill us, man.
You turn first.
Info. Don't worry, man. We're safe, man. We're safe.
All right.
Okay, they closed the door now. There is some windy, guys. The weather here is not really terrible, but a little bit windy today. And now we have the draft here. I think we have to put it on this one, I believe. Oh my God, this. Oh, what I did. Okay, I got it.
I think
The German keyboard for me is not really good, you know, guys. I apologize, but I think it should be all good.
Oh wait, yeah, all the keys are swapped.
Yeah.
Some of them are swapped.
It's all changed, man.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, well, this is the. It should appear there, I believe.
Maybe. Don't we have to hit the spectate button or?
Mem sold like Mourinho. That's good, man. Mourinho is a legend. I don't want in my team Mourinho, but still, he's a legend.
You want to talk about how you totally wrecked Liereyy in FIFA?
Oh no, man! Don't say that. Well, they listen. They listen.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
I won Liereyy today in FIFA. Was an Age of Empires, but I won in FIFA. Thank you, man. Now, now it's not ego, you know, because you say not name.
Exactly. I was, trying to boost your cred with chat.
Liereyy killed me, man.
Yeah.
Liereyy just killed me and all the viewers. I'm sorry, guys, but Liereyy just killed us completely.
So did you copy the whole link?
Yeah, I think so.
No, you shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't be join, it should be spectate, right?
Ah, spectate. Yeah, but why they put this one? Okay, well, I can click it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's fine already? There you go.
And
Yeah, it's fine though. They have to start to pick. Okay, they are picking now.
I hate these guys.
Yeah, me too.
They fall all the time.
This microphone, man.
Yeah, it's annoying.
There you go.
Okay, we need to do that in-game as well.
I do. Don't worry. I do. I will do. Don't worry.
Okay.
I didn't because thought that Felix was going to do it.
Yeah, it's more complicated than I thought.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I will change.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, guys, we'll start with the picks. We have. You can mute the players, I think, because they are not gonna say anything anymore. Okay.
At least nothing important.
Yeah. Well, Japanese started. He loves Japanese.
Yeah, no, and I've been loving them recently too. You can just be so aggressive with them, especially on Seize the Hump. I really like them there, just because the map is so sort of centered on feudal aggression that, I think you can make a lot happen with it. But Aztecs in our first Indians sighting of the day.
Red rotation map is probably the reason here. So they are thinking, guys, more and more into the maps, because we have seen till this matchup, Aztecs and Mayans basically being the first pick, and Chinese. And look at this. We don't have that anymore.
Land Madness, of course, being an amazing map for Franks with all the random forage bushes scattered around. Japanese are actually also really good on rehydration because you just can throw down those cheap mills. So definitely the maps influencing the civilizations a lot more.
Okay, let's put this here, and then people can see you and me here watching the civilizations. It's not gonna be on a site.
Oh yeah.
And we will switch when they start.
Celts and Slavs. Just
well,
good civs, right?
Slavs is always good. Celts, is very solid as well. But the thing is, I'm starting to think already into the bans, and I think Nicov might ban probably Japanese and Franks.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot in especially the qualifiers that a lot of the times you just kind of ban the first two civs of your opponent because they're just so strong on a very particular map.
Yeah, but the players sometimes are doing this choice trick.
That's true.
Just to make this, and okay, I will leave for all the choice later, and my opponent will pick the first and the second, and it's actually not my first and second choice for real, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, let's see.
Malians and Mayans. Turns out that good civs are good.
And you see, Mayans. There you go. Mayans is there. Okay. Oh man, they are taking so much time. Come to me, Arlo, because we're gonna get close here to
Caster Snuggles
to focus completely. It's okay. It's getting colder. So Kappa Pride can be fine here.
Yeah, definitely.
No problem. Oh, Berbers. I like that one.
Yeah, Berbers are just so diverse in what they can do, especially from Castle Age onward.
The Kappa Pride.
Oh, yeah.
They are waiting something to spam, They're waiting something to spam. They want to spam. Go.
Huns for Nicov. I mean, someone's going to pick Huns at some point.
Yeah, I mean, Hans are Hans.
Wise men once said that, ma'am.
I have to say, man. Hans are Hans and Mayans are Mayans. I usually don't say, well, I say Viper is Viper, but I don't want to say because he probably listens, so.
Yeah.
And then he goes up. Oh, Mongols. Okay, well, Mongols.
Rocking both of the sort of Cav Archer heavy civs.
Yeah, but still, I always say that the Mongol has a really good opening, but they are slow, man. I mean, for the later game, and they don't have any bonus in middle Castle Age or something.
No,
so
like I think Castle Age especially is where you see Mongols start to struggle, especially with a lot of the newer civilizations. But there's Chinese, of course. All the maps, I believe, are starting with the sheep under your TC. So turns out Chinese instantly become top tier, just like that.
But just look, I mean, he changed the order, but look at the result of the civilization for Liereyy.
No,
he got Chinese, he got Franks, he got Mayans, you know. Now Inca, so if he get banned one of the Meso, he has another. Oh man, don't know what you think, and don't know what the viewers think, but I'm starting to think that a little bit better for Liereyy.
Well, we'll see how Nicov rounds out his draft, but honestly, I don't think his is bad either. I mean, Aztecs, Slavs, Huns.
It's good. It's truth. Okay.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Let's go here again, because we're gonna have to start to crossing soon. Oh, I think put the sun, because they're gonna ban now the civilizations. I think 1 and 6. Let's see what civilizations they ban.
Let's see what they got.
Okay, let's see Nicov ban, guys. You can listen everything, so don't have to say anything.
Mayans.
The Mayans. You see? It's expected, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be this. No, but it's in the other one.
Is it now?
Okay,
Evan
there you go.
Mayans.
Mayans, guys, if you didn't listen, but I think now you did it. Listen, with
I
the
banned
smile.
Aztecs and
That the smile, man.
Oh yeah.
That the smile. Okay. And now? Come on, man. This suspense is killing me, man. I
Find
mean,
out next week on another exciting episode of
And
NAC2.
Indians.
come on, man. It wasn't that complicated, man. Okay. And Nicov? Mayans and Chinese, man.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have here. Well, they have the ship under the DC.
Yeah.
Let's remind to everyone that all the maps are with one ship generated under the town center. That gives the Chinese a big plus.
Yeah. And they were already just a solid civ.
Japanese.
Oh, Japan, but
Japanese.
it's for the rehydratation map.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can tell that both the Indians ban and the Japanese ban
can make that.
Yeah.
Okay, the Japanese is
were very
here. There
targeted towards rehydration.
There you go. Well, so we have now, guys, the maps already. The first map is gonna be Arabia. Gonna be Arabia, and they're gonna pick what they're gonna pick, Mr. Orlu, for the first game.
Well, a lot of the civs are pretty viable on most maps, with certain exceptions, like say Franks on Land Madness. But I think that maybe a solid Inca's opening from Liereyy might particularly counter a Huns opening from Nicov, because I think Incas have a lot of answers to what Huns want to do. But obviously, we can see a lot of stuff here. What do you think?
I don't know what civilization they're going to pick, really, but I feel that Kells and Huns, maybe? He's going to go maybe with Kells. France will keep probably for Land Madness, Liereyy. Then Chinese, well, Chinese can be a choice too in Arabia.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, but it's complicated. It's really complicated. But this is going to start really, really soon. We're going to focus now in the other screen, guys. How you doing? Welcome to Nili channel with the Nili's Apartment Cup too. And the first time that has been in Germany, been a nice experience for now. It's good, right?
For now.
For now, but it's gonna be great.
Oh, okay.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
I hope so. No, it's been a lot of fun. First time for me in Germany as well.
It's great, man.
First time in Europe in 5 years for me as well. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to go to your country, man. First time in my 25 years old, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, naturally.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I see that you were thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
No comments, please.
Oh yeah, for sure. You make DauT feel young, and that's what's important.
But why people laugh, man? Why when I say 25? I mean, I put a T-shirt that has more years than me, So it should be all good, man. Come on. Start the game already.
I know, 14, seriously.
Okay, the Caucas. The Caucas is Orlu, but I think there is a command that you can play there in the channel, and you can see also his channel. Don't forget to follow him, okay? Because he's amazing, and you're gonna notice it during the game. And we are going to be in the main game right now. Here it is, right? Let me check if all is there. Yes.
Yeah.
And I have to probably fix the webcam, right? Let me check. Yeah, I have to move those webcams. 1 sec. Okay. And it should be here. Yeah, super quick. Nicov on the right side, and Liereyy on the left.
And most importantly, Mem and Ornlu in the bottom.
Yeah, that's truth. I didn't want to mention because it will be so much ego. But now, guys, welcome everyone. This is Malians and Chinese, man. Malians and Chinese. What do you think with this civilization choice, Mr. Orlu?
Pretty interesting. I think both are going for kind of safe openings, if that makes sense. Both are very sort of diverse in what they can do. Both have super broad open tech trees. Both are incredibly strong in the early game with flexible eco bonuses. Well, Chinese especially because of the starting sheep, as we mentioned. But yeah, I mean, both of these civs can go for pretty much anything, and it can work out pretty well.
Yeah, they have a great economy, but I'm checking the Nicov map, and the Nicov map is goal on the left. He has the berries at the back. They has the wood on the right side, and I'm sorry guys, but I have to scroll a little bit faster. I'm used to do this a little bit faster. Wood on the right side, but look at in front. What they have in front? All open, man. Stone, goal, another goal, and super open. They have the cliff, but other than that, it's extremely open. But then, if we go and check right now Lierey's map, we can say, well, maybe Nicov map is a TheViper map, man.
It's fine, that's fine.
This is a crater, man. It's a total crater. Berries on the left,
like,
goal in front. And what do you think about this map?
I mean, it looks like probably the spot where the meteor that killed all the dinosaurs hit. Like, just huge crater. And pause, maybe?
Might be a restart. Let me check. Where I check this? I need to get used to this. Let's put here. Might be a restart, no?
Maybe.
No, they're still in the game. Yeah, they are still in the game. I don't know. Anyway, we can check in the main well because they are still in the game. They stop it, right? Or the game is not going?
I mean, the game's obviously not running.
The game for us is not running, so
it's not like the host thing is creepy.
There's some bug resources or something. I mean, I'm just checking because I don't see anything like. Well, he cannot take that surface, but that's okay, no? Huh? No, the game keep going. Okay,
there we go.
There we go. He's gonna take already the first board. We can see those crazy hills in front. This is a big crater. That goal is terrible, man.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, but if you check this one,
it's also horrible.
It's even worse, man.
Yeah.
It's really even worse. Okay. Well, let's check. Let's check what they are going to do. For now, we can see how Liereyy is taking the little advantage thanks to the Chinese civilization. Has 1 billion more. But let's go with the Fog of War. Fog of War say that Nicov is focusing on his economy, right? He's exploring all his base, and the same for Liereyy. Not going aggressive? Oh, Liereyy is going now.
Well, Lierey's going out right now. If anything, you'd think that the Malians would be more keen on laming Chinese, just because Chinese, in general...
Focus, keep going.
Can struggle if they are missing a boar, for instance. I mean, not as much as compared to, non-sheep under your TC starts, but still, because you do start with the less food and wood, it makes your Dark Age that much more rough. But in fact, it will be Mr. Liereyy going out on the map, whereas Nicov will be just luring some deer.
Yeah, well, let's see what the strategy they pick. Do you think they're gonna go for a Menatarm opening? I mean, 4 villages on wood here. I see also 4 villages, so might be Menatarm. So can be even a scout, even with Chinese that you probably gonna want to go like 23, 24 population up, and you can get a crazy good time.
Yeah, you can get a crazy good time and a crazy good economy behind it. Obviously, it's why we see Chinese just picked so often in these sorts of settings. But I think that Malians, of course, are going to be more likely, if anybody, to go for the Men-at-Arm opening. They sort of have the bonuses that point in that direction. Little bit of a random boar running in the other direction, but Nicov got it in the end. But I think Scouts, you just see it so frequently with Chinese, sort of incentivize you to put those farms down. And yeah, should just be a solid opening there.
Yeah, I was just pointed out, guys, that the deers also for Nicov is great. That can be a good bonus now or just when they are in the field of fight. Can be great economy to get better. You can see, get faster, to Castle Age. And look at those deers. Unfortunately, it's behind the forest, so that's a difference, man. I mean, in a close games, that can matters a lot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially... Yeah. You see some players, like I'm just off the top of my head thinking of Viper and some of the Chinese players, will just go and just take those deer, even in like the mid-feudal age. Just if they have map control, I mean, why not? It's free food.
Yeah.
Free food is good. Pro analysis, Thornley.
Okay, well, he's going for mana times, that's obvious. He's going for gold. He has 1 farm already, and Nicov, oh, he's not going up yet. I thought he was going to go 21 pretty quick, but 22 can be okay. Then we focus here on Liereyy. Liereyy is gonna go up. Oh my god, 24, man. Look how smooth, man. This
seems
look
good.
at that top, and in 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Seems good.
Yeah,
man.
that is like
amazing.
Picture perfect uptime for what would be 22 pop with any other civ. But yeah, with
exactly
2 extra villagers. Yeah, it is exactly
that, man. You can see Nicov. Perfect, man.
Yeah.
This is another pause? What's going on?
Who knows?
Okay, well, this is weird.
But
he's doing the barrack in top of that hill. It's still super open on the right side. The left is, well, he didn't make any wall. Any of the player. Oh, I would love to see games smooth like this without what's going on.
Out of every game, you need to increase the game sound.
Okay. Here?
To the right.
Oh, there you go.
Like 25 is good.
Okay.
You should do that at the moment every game.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, now it's better sound. Yeah, it's true that I was listening low the in-game, but I didn't know because sometimes in the stream is better volume. Yeah. But for now, hopefully you listen a little bit better. You can see now not will listen those alerts much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, we were telling about the 22 population for Malians. That is exactly what Olu mentioned. And 24, 3-second difference, and 2 villages more with China. 2 villages more already without killing anything. 0-0.
Yeah, no deer lured. Oh.
Okay, Nicov is coming with the Raz, coming aggressive. Honestly, can be a good choice against this crazy Liereyy, and also with the map. Can Nicov see all the map?
Yeah, he has an idea. I mean, he sees part of how bad it is.
Yeah, but look.
Yeah.
He can see the wood, so the main thing, he can see it. Okay, 4 villages. He's building a house. Now going with the militias. And where to put the tower, man? Well, but he spotted, man. Liereyy spotted, so he's ready. He's gonna send even villagers. Okay, he's sending some villagers. That right now, I don't know if he should make a tower right away because this spot is dangerous. But let's see the micro here.
Yeah, of course, this will all come down to micro. Some villagers are going to have to be pulled here for Mr. Liereyy. Now he knows what's up. Men-at-arm time just 2 seconds faster here for Liereyy, which is crazy considering he has 2 more villagers, but just archery range right away.
Well, he's protecting.
Yeah.
He's already protecting. He's doing the archery range as well. No towers appear yet. We all love the towers, right? We all love the towers.
Oh, yeah. KOTD 2 flashbacks.
But they are not, he's not mining stone. So for now, he's fighting there now. Still took some damage in that scout. More damage as well for Nicov. A little bit less. Now he's coming with the villages. He's walling a little bit. Yes. Okay.
But certainly, this is actually an opportunity where we might see the Malians' extra pierce armor on their infantry start to become a factor.
Good point, man.
The skirmishers are going to be, even with fletching, not able to do
even
more
much,
than
right?
1 damage. Yeah, 1 damage, and the archers only 3 damage, of course. So it should make the fight a bit easier for Nicov, but of course that is going to be counteracted by the hill advantage.
Usually Liereyy don't like to go tower super early, but I think he will need to make a tower here because of what you say. Also, he got another stone here, some little palisade in this area, and this spot is dangerous. He has to be really careful. He's going there with the men-at-arms, and now he's taking a good fight here. Who? Nicov, man. Look at that. He took already 2 units. Gonna take another.
Oh,
look at those.
Scout just dying. This is so close, obviously.
Yeah.
All these units are just on like a razor's edge of health, but now we have some villagers starting to die too.
Man. Oh man, they are killing a lot to each other, but I had the feeling that Nicov, I mean, did you see the score? It's still better for Liereyy, but Nicov now got definitely the lead. He's now doing the tower, he's with 7 unit kills, now he's doing the tower in the downhill, and he could go, man. He got more army.
Yeah.
He got more army if Nicov go, but let's see his point of view. Come on, man. He cannot see what we see. For that I put the fog of war. Now he's going, attacking a little bit more, at least delayed the creation of that tower, but he got more villages than Nicov, so he should be fine.
Yeah, I think both towers are going to come up, but it might be at the cost of a village or two. One already going down here for Liereyy. That's actually going to put him at a villager deficit, which is not where you want to be at. You're kind of expecting to have the advantage as Chinese, but towers, of course, coming up for both players. There are already several units at the base of the Tower of Nicov, so of course he will lose that tower war. But I still think he should be at least relatively happy with the damage he's gotten done so far, but you don't want to throw away units for free.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good position here for because, like what you said, 28 village for both now. So the advantage for being Chinese is gone. Is already gone, and he's still taking some map control. Second archery range, and he's going with more units. 5 units from Nicov, Liereyy with 3, and getting problems, man. Getting problems. He's doing stable already. Yeah, because he can see that he cannot do so much damage now, and he can't counter now. He got more army and double archery range. So some spears from Nicov, but Liereyy is always doing those stables at the back.
Yeah, of course, trying to catch your opponent off guard, as scouts can just totally ruin your skirmisher's day. Another fight looks like it might be happening here. Of course, hill advantage going to be going to Nicov, as well as the unit production advantage, as Mem was pointing out. Of course, Malian's just super strong economy, can get lots of buildings up and running nice and quick. Liereyy, of course, he's no slouch when it comes to early ranged unit micro.
I want to check the DTC, because look, without nothing happening, he's already again even villagers. He was even ahead. Liereyy is now ahead again. So that might be some idle TC. So we will see. He's not going, and Liereyy is coming back, man. Liereyy is coming back. Look at the military. Look at that Michael. He's catching up already. He's catching up, and now if he's sending how many scouts? He's scout incoming. The scout with some skirmishes. The 3 villages are going. He need to use those. How this happen? I mean, he was ahead with the army, and now he just with 1 archery range, and Nicov is with 2. It's already ahead, and with those scouts, he's getting the advantage.
Yeah, and look, those skirmishers are totally toast, man. There's nothing they can do throwing their wet noodles at the scouts. They're just not going to care. And of course, the villagers are going to be so slow in catching up. And even then, throwing villagers against scouts is not really something you're ever too happy about. And this is just an amazing position here for Mr. Liereyy. And all of these villagers are likely going to be cleaned up and going to give our red player a massive edge in this late feudal age.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. I mean, it's incredible. And the thing is, they know each other pretty well. And Liereyy is doing this every time. So now the spear is coming. Imagine if at that point the spear was there. Another villager down. And Liereyy, after this huge battle, he took all the villagers forward. And he's 4-5 villagers ahead. Damn it. Yeah, man. Look at that. Look at that score.
That is just crazy. I mean, everything about Lierey's game has been on point in terms of his just production cycles, macro, micro, all that sort of stuff. I think it might have been a small mistake from Nicov making probably a few more archers than he should have, as they just really die so hard to the skirmishers.
And look, without fletching, huh?
Yeah,
Nicov with fletching. Nicov with fletching. So it's even more impressive because Nicov was with fletching, Liereyy without fletching, and those scout that decisions making, man. Now Liereyy is doing the fletching, so the advantage is become better and better. The resources we can see, guys, that they are not close to go up yet, but the advantage now with 5 villages and the economy from China. Orlu, what do you think?
It should be really good, of course. You sort of have that fractional advantage as Chinese, just having those slightly cheaper techs throughout the game. And all of this, you see 2 archers right there, picked off by Liereyy. That stuff has been happening just in little spurts throughout the course of this feudal age, and it's really, I think, allowed Liereyy to snowball this advantage, as every single archer Nicov seems to be finding its way into about, 5 or 6 skirmisher javelins.
Yeah, and now he's still pushing more, doing all the upgrades from the scout. So he's not like, okay, I got the advantage, I'm going to go to Castellis. No, he's just going full feudal. Since he felt that he got that advantage, he wants to push the game to finish as soon as possible. And wouldn't be a surprise, but Nicov with his macro, man, what is this? Look at that economy. Do you think he should make now army or just wait and try to go Castellage? At least he's with some good army in this spot, so maybe he could hold, right?
It's possible. The military count is dead even between these 2 players. Liereyy has invested quite a lot into techs for his army. Looks like Nicov is going to make the decision to go for the army as well. I'm not sure if I agree with that, because I feel like if he's doing this, he's just always going to be behind, because Liereyy is going to be closer in getting, his feudal age army up. And you can see this right here, is Liereyy, he has more army that is better upgraded right now at the fight. I feel like Nicov would have been better served. Okay, lose the fight here in feudal age, but try and get an advantage in early castle age with some knights. But
yeah, but he went for the other choice. And right now, look at the population, look at the score. With that population and that score, I wouldn't be really surprised that Nicov called it. But we will see. Okay. I think the timing was good, right?
Yeah,
I mean, GG, man. It's it's how to come back from this. It's
you don't.
You don't, right? You don't, and you call the GG. Yeah. It's live, okay? It's not recorded, guys. We call it the GG, and we can check now the achievements. But that was quite impressive because there was here for a minute. Well, it was a minute, no more. That he was with the advantage, 2 archery ranges, and then he was with more army and some good micro there. Bam, took everything.
Yeah, I mean that's I feel like just what makes Liereyy such a strong player. His raw, execution of especially the early to mid game, and then of course his amazing micro with his ranged units, really just edging out Nicov in so many small engagements throughout the feudal age, and just with the sneaky stable in the back of his base that totally caught Nicov off guard. Just bam, totally just took it.
And we can check the achievements that he got 13 unit kills more, 15 largest army, that economy, better in food, better in wood, and well, let's go. Social 4 villages more. And in the timeline, well, we cannot see so much because it was a short game, a quick one. But at this point, you see that point here, he was with nothing. And look at the difference here. He got the advantage with the army, but then he grew up a little bit, and bam, he passed King clearly at that point. That was the battle probably.
Oh yeah,
when he was took that, and he never leave it. And guys, well, we're going for the second. We're going for the second, man. Okay, I think everything is working good. Yeah,
I think so.
All good. All good. This Liereyy, man. This Liereyy.
I hear he's pretty good at this game.
Yeah, well, the advice I gave last night, man. Trust me, man.
Yeah.
I was talking.
Oh yeah, you're pro coach right here.
No, well, I'm pro coach. He's just doing exactly the opposite they said. So he's winning.
Yeah, there you go.
He's winning, man. Absolutely. Absolutely titanic. Okay, Nicov and Liereyy, what is the map now? Let's go for the maps if I find it. I think it was here. Let me check.
Land Madness? Yeah, Land Madness. So we're going to be seeing Franks almost for certainty from Liereyy. They are just, in my opinion, just the best civ on this map. As you can, it's already a map that scouts are very powerful on, as there are lots of resources spread out, and you have wood lines that can be tricky to wall. And of course, you just, everything that the Franks want to do, this map makes you want to do as well. So it's kind of just like, why not? Meanwhile, for Nicov, knowing that your opponent is going for Franks, do you go for the Slavs counter pick?
Yeah. I mean, well, Hans can be good, because Hans in those maps are always a good choice, but I will go for Slavs. It compensates probably the economy difference that France can also get in the later game. And, well, 25% with those berries that we get close to the TC, so that's it, man.
Yeah, of course, that is why, Franks are obviously going to have such a strong Dark Age. You can get so many of those scouts with the extra 9 HP. Slavs, in theory, are going to be an okay counter with their faster farmers, but, man, it's time to go.
We're going, man. We're starting, man. I was just checking, man, that... There you go. I think, yes, it's perfect there.
I need to turn the game sound up.
Yeah. It's so good?
I think Nili said you had to turn it up at the start of every game.
Okay.
So you can scroll over.
It is where it is.
You have to scroll
here.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. 25.
The chat is frozen. Just double click here.
Where?
Here. Double click. Refresh cache. Scroll down.
And where?
Scroll down.
Okay.
This.
And okay.
Okay.
Like this all the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then reloads, and then everything's back.
That's it?
That's it.
Cool. Okay. Okay, we're going, guys. There is some stuff that we have to control from the overlays. We don't know because it's the first time. So, but now we'll do it every time, or we'll get some help, man. It's no problem. Huh? Well, we have Franks and Slavs. What a surprise! It was really, really expected. Why, guys? Because look at those berries, really close. I always like to say in this map, we got like a couple of resources all over. Stone and gold in front, stone and gold on the right side, also at the back. There's the resources all over. So we're probably gonna see here scouts, right? Because going forward in this one, you can move really easily here.
Yeah, we saw, especially earlier on in the qualifiers, a lot of players try and go for towers on this map because it is pretty hard to wall. But I think that players have come to realize that just the raw mobility that scouts provide can really punish people who have, groups of villagers spread out all over the map. If you're not like totally walled and protected with those guys, 3-4 scouts run in and you're just at such a massive disadvantage. So players are going to have to be really careful here, as the scouts can really ruin your day here.
Do the damage. And also, guys, you can see the wood, how those wood has not a really big space here, and this ice here, it means that you can't build there. So the walls that you can build is just close to your wood. You cannot make huge wall because always will be a little gap there. It's happening in all the wood. during all the map. You see, all the wood is with that ice, so that's a problem. You can get raided. Now we can check. They are focusing on the economy. Yes, this map was 2 boars or only 1 boar. I think it was only 1 boar.
I believe it's only 1 boar on this map.
I think it's only 1 boar, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's been a while I didn't catch this one, but I think it's only 1 boar. Since you have the berries close, and also there's deers and few pack of deers actually.
Yeah, you have random deer spread.
Yeah, you see, another here, another on the right side, with berries all over the map too.
Oh yeah, this is just like
Yeah.
so happy for a Frank player. You can see the 2 sheep just rotting away from Nicov. Doesn't even care.
What the? He took already the berries. Where's the berries, man?
They're in the stomach of Lierey's villagers.
Yeah, man. Like all the food that I eat this weekend. Well, guys, you cannot imagine how we are eating here.
Very well.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's really good, man. It's really good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. My wife gonna kick me when I come back. She thought I was going to come, thinner, but it's not the case. It's not the case.
Walking up and down the stairs to the apartment, that'll work everything off.
Except that, man. That is the only thing, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, there's also deer very nicely positioned for Liereyy. You can take them pretty close to the mill as well.
You don't need it, man.
No, I mean, eventually the berries, like in 10 seconds, the berries are going to be gone, and then you're going to need the deer.
And he can take also from the same mill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just amazing,
that's
man.
what I was saying. Yeah. But 4 villagers on wood, notably. Maybe this is just for an early second mill.
5.
5
villagers on wood. That's a little bit weird. Well, probably because of
Yeah.
Well, it's worth it. You can afford it. You don't need a farm, And look, he's gonna go up 19 population. Don't be surprised. I think it's too early, no?
Yeah, because he
don't have the food.
Yeah, he does not have the food.
Okay.
Maybe he's worried about scouts.
Why he's doing the loom then? He could wait more.
Oh, I think he could wait as well. Yeah, and he's queued up 3 more villagers actually.
Okay.
Maybe he just misprepared for that. Thought he could maybe have a bit more food. Like you end up getting more food, but not as quickly than compared to, like, say, boars, because you still do gather from food slower. And Nicov actually will be our first player to click up at 7 minutes, 8 seconds, and 20 pop. Pretty normal time as far as that's concerned, and he will actually be there faster than Liereyy for a potential scout rush.
Actually, it's a strong one, because since you don't have 1 boar in this one, he pushes 2 deers, so he compensates that. 2 deers or even 3. No, 2 deers. Those are 2.
Yeah.
And now Liereyy is going up. Gonna be a scout, guys. He's gonna be a scout almost 100%. So now we have to see what is gonna be the micro. He's taking the deers already, and so much food incoming for Liereyy. Really, he got 6 villagers on wood, and now what is this? Is he laming a little bit, trying to spread out all for the map?
Or he's just running his scout by.
Okay, it was lucky. Maybe it was a coincidence. Okay.
Maybe he's just trying to see if he was taking deer.
Yeah. Now he's gonna find the. He's gonna eat. Let's see.
Well, how many villagers are even under the TC?
I'm gonna keep the
TC.
He's starving, man. Oh, he don't have villages in the TC. Yeah. 2 villages even. It's not even 3, man. I didn't notice that. Man, you are fast, man. I'm proud, man.
It's a pro caster.
I see, man. And now, what is this process, man?
I don't know. I've never been hearing about any problems or anything, but. We're going, and that's what's important.
Okay, we keep going. Okay, 2 farmers. He's trying to make farms as fast as possible. It's worth it with this one, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, as I say all the time, what is the best unit of Slav? The farm. It's just...
The best unit is the farm?
Yeah, the best unit's the farm.
Okay, GG. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Nicov with the horse collar? Or really?
Like I said, the best unit is the farm.
Yeah, it's good. Bam! Farm! Okay, he's doing, man. He's trying to make us... guys, he's trying to use all the wood on the farm in 2 lumber camps even. You can see how the build order is completely different. With those 2 civilizations, it has nothing to do. There's there with the stable, the 2 mills, not a single farm.
Well, there's one by the mill, but...
Okay, one here, okay.
But still, it's definitely interesting to see both players leverage the different strengths of their civilization in going for the same build order on this map. It's not too often that you actually see that. Like 2 different ways of going to the same exact conclusion or whatever. But looks like first little bit of a scout skirmish. This is not a fair fight, though, as Liereyy seems a little bit outgunned.
Yeah, and he's getting... We forgot to say, guys, in early game, there will be a little advantage with the scouts from Liereyy. But if they go for so long in Feudal Age, then it will be just the opposite. But as soon as Nicov is doing the bloodlines, France not gonna get the bloodline, so that's something to take in consideration if they are not going for a fast castle. And I would love to see feudal fight. Love it.
Feudal fights are a lot of fun. We don't see them as often as we used to, especially in like the Hun War days where walling wasn't really as prevalent. But I think that especially Land Madness being so open with all of those little ice barrier things that prevent you from walling comfortably, definitely should be seeing a lot of feudal aggression here. And somehow Nicov is like 2 villagers ahead, or a villager and a half.
Yeah, man. I don't know how.
Dude's macro is good.
Yeah, man. But he didn't make anything wrong, Liereyy. He didn't lose anything. Now he's gonna lose. This is 1 villager down. 1 villager down. This spear is coming back. Villager is gone already. And you can see how Nicov didn't took almost any damage. In the other side, he's with the scout, but he got the spear. So, no damage. No damage into his economy. He's 3 villagers ahead. What is this, man? Ay, ay, ay. Nicov is taking the lead here with the Slav's power.
I guess so. Actually, this is possibly one of those situations where the free tracking for all the Slavs infantry is actually might be quite useful, as you know, you're going to really need to make sure that your spearmen are 100% in the right location. Otherwise, you're just going to get a villager picked off just because your economy is so spread out, as Liereyy was unfortunately forced to learn right there.
Let's see, because he's split here with those scouts. I was thinking that there was a lot of farming forward, but Liereyy didn't go. What? You have to micro, man. You need to go. Nicov need to go. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take the chick. Take the chick, man. I mean, the villager, man. I'm sorry, guys. He's what the chick, man. What can I say, man?
2019, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Oh, be careful. He need to go back. Five scouts going away or not? Okay, done. And now in the other side, he didn't lose. He didn't lose village. Well, I think probably we missed one. This might be a villager. From Nicov, I
possibly.
think. No, it's still 3 villages ahead.
Yeah, no, I think there's just 2 spearmen, which you're fine losing spearmen at this point. That is actually a lot of forward spearmen there for Liereyy.
Okay.
4 spearmen.
Yeah.
But they're just so bad at actually killing stuff that isn't cavalry. So really, not going to see Nicov too bothered. Just still happily gathering away.
Nah, he's fine. I mean, but this is annoying, huh? If he take a bad move, Nicov here, he can lose also a lot. But he's there with 3 spears, 4 spears, being chased by Liereyy there, but. Both are now like they're playing, man, like little kids who's following the other. And how is it the other side? 5 scouts going, okay. Well, he's fine, but Nicov got the advantage now.
Oh, certainly. I think we only saw the archery range come out for Liereyy, if I'm not mistaken. So he has several units queued in there. I'm not sure what they are, but we'll have to see. Just a lot of action going on all over the map right now.
Well, you can see how Liereyy is there for a long time with 4 spears. Spear rush in Land Madness. But why he's not attacking now? Now, what? Where you are leaving, man? But you are there all the time and now you are leaving, Liereyy. But I don't understand, man. He's there all the time and now only 1 spear and he's going. Well, he want a challenge, man. He want to. Why you are going back, man?
I don't know, man.
Okay, he's going back, guys. Well,
Liereyy has doubled the army right now.
Yeah, man, but he's going now.
He's
okay.
Behind an eco. He needs to make something happen right here, or he's really going to start to get snowballed in the Castle Age, because once Castle Age comes in, the Frank advantages are, frankly non-existent at that point, and Slavs should be able to overpower Franks entirely.
Well, I want to see that, I want to see that because Franks, I don't want to discuss about that. But he's coming also with range units. Okay. So he's gonna keep pushing. Maybe. He forced him to make a tower. So it seemed that Liereyy again is going all in. 1 archery range now doing the blast with the fletching is absolutely necessary here. Now he's attacking. It was just a relax. It was a break. A little nap here from Liereyy, but now he's pushing again with those scouts around, but not an old army, right?
No, I don't think that there's anywhere near enough threat in this army. The tower should go up, and I think Nicov will be able to get that, especially without fletching. The units just don't do anywhere near enough damage, as that army comprises mostly spearmen, and we're seeing Nicov totally fine right now. It looks like he's down a villager, but he does have wheelbarrow, where his opponent does not, and that should just be giving him a pretty sizable eco advantage.
Okay, let's see if he will take it, right? If he will use that. Oh, look at that economy, man. You see? Look at those resources. 50 population. His houses for a little bit. I love TaToH, man. I want to see this. I always do. When I see, I always do, man. Because it's really, you see? I mean, even if he's coming to make a tower or something, TaToH is underestimated upgrade, in my opinion. I think it's great in many circumstances, but the market is going up, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Nicov has so much gold in the bank. He was mining it fairly heavily for quite some time, and he never has really done anything with it. Of course, he can just market his way up to the Castle Age, but I'm not really sure what the goal of that was initially. I think just some skirmishers and your starting scouts should be enough to defend yourself as you know, take that economic lead and really try and make something with it in the Castle Age.
Do you think he will be in trouble if he's now trying to go directly to Castle Age because Liereyy is coming? But I think he got an old army to maybe defend. The problem is that he used the stone already. The goal is now exposed, and now look at this fight. He's gonna take it. Those scouts are without a single upgrade, but he's still taking a good fight there. I think he is taking a good fight. Well,
the archers are doing so much damage to the spearmen right there, but there's only one archer left, 3 scouts. And I think that Nicov is going to be A-okay in holding this off, despite having literally 1/3 of his opponent's army, and he is ready to click up. He just needs to hit the button.
But click it, man.
There we go.
Okay, he's going up to Castle Age now. Military from Liereyy. This is the momentum that Liereyy probably need to use. Is he gonna come? You know, I'm not convinced, man. He's doing some walls. I love this. Market, Palisade, he needed. The problem is if he attack right now, but he still have a lot of gold. He has already good gold to go for a stable, right? I will add maybe a second stable now.
I would add a second stable, even probably make that part of the wall if I were running the show. But yeah, Liereyy, he has a huge army right now, way more impressive than the army of Nicov, but he's got to make something happen with it in the next, very short period of time. Otherwise, Nicov will just kill him with knights, because Liereyy's army, like all feudal age armies, is really bad against knights. And we see the second stable coming in from Nicov. That is exactly what he's going to be doing. And Liereyy, how far is he away from the Castle Age?
He's far, man.
He's pretty far.
He's far, man. He didn't even click. So you can see now, this can be the equalizer. 20 population ahead, that's true. He's going to pick a villager. No, he didn't. He's not going around. He's doing a second stable. And with all the army, he's trying to make some damage, but he's not doing anything for now. He's trying.
Ooh, late double bit axe. That's pretty bad from Nicov.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Nicov.
That's a little bit sloppy there from Nicov, but still the power of Slavs. The power of Slavs compels you.
You don't make the average look his economy. He can go Imperial, man. What is this guy doing, man? Well, the problem is he did a little bit late blast bit, so he's doing now the